Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bobcat Arena, where today we have Ohio University taking on Ball State University in their makeup game for the regular season Valorant. I am joined today by a new co-caster to the stage. Tree, how are you doing?
I'm doing really good today. I'm really excited to see how our team plays up against Ball State. I have high hope, and I'm really confident that we can take home a dub.
Yes, so Ball State, like I said, this was a makeup game. I believe it was supposed to be played much earlier in the season, but now's the only time that Ohio University Valorant and Ball State University's Valorant teams could make it together. Tree, I guess, what are you looking for here in this game today?
I'm really interested to see the play style of the other team, because I have heard that a rumor in the trees that there are 4 substitutes on the other team. So I want to see how that affects it. I want to see if their sub team is just as good as their main team, and I want to see how that stacks up against, you know, our guys like Shark, Slow King, and everyone like that. I
mean, yeah, so it is Halloween season, and I guess the scariest thing you could possibly see is having to go up against this current Ohio University Valorant lineup. Now we do have all the players physically in the studio today, which is a little bit of a change from Tuesday. We had some internet issues going over the past couple weeks, but as you can see, we do have one ghost on cam. Now, that player is noticeably missing, but I'm sure he'll be resurrected from the dead before we start today. Besides that, but yes, so we're looking for a lot of just pretty good gameplay today, probably from the Ohio University side. Putting substitutes in typically will lead to the other team having less skill. Maybe they're trying to get their players out to sort of get them some practice, or maybe they are just cracked out of their minds and they deserve their starting spots, but we have yet to see. It's really hard to scout in collegiate esports since you don't really have the ability to look over games like you would in traditional sports, even League of Legends maybe. But so we're just kind of working for what we got. So besides that, Tree, what do you think of the sort of results that we've been seeing from this Valorant roster from Ohio University?
I've been really proud of our team. I think we have made enormous leaps of growth over this semester, and I think that we've seen some new players here, like Slow King's a freshman, and he's already on the varsity team. He's killing it, been doing really good in all of our games. Shark, as we all know, is pretty consistent, pretty good. Definitely has a lot of skill in what it takes. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to see how this all plays out. Dare I even say maybe a 26-0.
26-0? That is bold. Now, I believe Ohio University only dropped maybe 6-7 rounds on Tuesday against our last opponent. So that was sort of a really strong showing from the team there. Ohio University Rocket League also took down their last regular season match yesterday on Wednesday, 3-2, with a last-minute goal as well. So a win here would mean a 3-0 week for the Bobcats, a clean sweep, and a great way to sort of start finishing out this season as it comes to a close for the Valorant team.
And a great way to roll into the Halloween weekend.
Yes, a great way. Very exciting weekend here, Halloween. I know a very popular weekend across the United States, obviously, but, it's more special here, it sounds like.
Definitely.
So, yeah, a lot to be done this weekend, going into late October. Besides that, we're just currently waiting on the Ball State to get into the server with our Valorant team at the moment. Besides that, I believe everyone's sort of coming together now. But one thing we can talk about in the meantime is this new Agent Harbor. Do you know much about this new Agent Harbor?
When I was playing earlier today, I looked over it. All I know is that mainly he's like a water guy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of water. He's got a lot of water.
And he's a controller. Mm-hmm. I activated him, so I'm working on unlocking him and playing around with him a little bit and seeing what goes on. But what do you think about him?
And you are putting much more effort into me in Valorant. But yeah, so what I've heard from the community is that he's not exactly the most popular guy out there. I mean, we got another wall character. What can we really do with that, right? So I don't really expect to see much Harbor currently, especially since Ohio University probably has a lot of their sort of setups really locked down, and fitting Harbor into that composition would require either the character to be extremely good, which sounds like he's not quite maybe up to that par yet, and also you have to get really comfortable with his abilities too to make big changes like that. So I don't expect to see much of him, so I believe we'll just see sort of a more standard sort of what we've been seeing all season from Ohio University Valorant, and I expect to see that from the other team as well. So yeah.
Definitely. I personally like him because growing up I read a lot of the Percy Jackson books, and he kind of gives me Poseidon vibes, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if not a lot of people play him and you can really work hard on that character and get all those, lineups and stuff down, I think it could be a pretty positive thing to have on your team. So you don't think we're going to see Harbor today?
I don't think we're going to see Harbor. I think a lot of these sort of varsity matches, we'll see a lot of teamwork and a lot of executes. It's very different than solo queue, so you sort of have to know your agent in and out as well as being able to play the game very well, which we've seen that Ohio University is very capable of doing. But so I don't think they've had enough time yet, with just the week or two that Harbor's been out essentially to sort of practice and get in some good reps of him as a team. I don't think we'll be seeing him just yet. He might make an appearance later in the season though, if we're lucky. But besides that, not much really changes in Valorant. Updates might happen, but and the new battle pass comes out, but skins doesn't really change how you play the game, unless you're me, of course, in which case I don't really come back unless there's a good skin pack in the shop.
No, absolutely. And it's just another battle pass just to buy, get some money out there, you know what I mean? But no, I'm really excited, honestly. Who do you think, character wise, we're going to see from these teams today?
I think we're definitely going to see our boy Slow King playing the Chamber. I don't think he's locked in anything else this season, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, hard Chamber.
Yes, Chamber, he's there every game. Everyone knows why. He's just maybe the best character in Valorant to fill his Sentinel role. Besides that, we got, I think Shark will be on a Fragger. We all know Shark's insane. We've seen him play.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you ever seen Shark hit a headshot? It is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You got to be there to see it. Man drives all the way down from Lancaster just to headshot people, then goes back home.
We've seen Nick on the forehead cam. Yeah, we got our forehead cams going today to show the big brains from our team that they're going to use today and strategy to defeat Ball State. I'm very proud of them, and I believe that we have what it takes.
Yes, I believe Slow King and his big forehead will be easily taking down Ball State today, but we'll have to see. I know the team is very excited for their win after their win on Tuesday, and they're excited to be back in the studio here today to play some more Valorant. And Ball State is still loading into the lobby very slowly. I'm sure they'll get here eventually. But it looks like our first map is Icebox. Now, Tree, do you have any insight on Icebox as a map in general?
So back when I used to play heavily in Act 1 and 2, Icebox was kind of the joke map. Everyone hated it, but I kind of grew to love it. You know what I mean? As I played Viper a lot, and I got pretty good at all those lineups and everything with the walls and how to use that to your advantage. So I personally like Icebox now, and I feel like it's a good map on both ends. I feel like it's not too heavy on one side or the other.
Yeah, we see Ohio University going to Icebox a lot. Now, that might be personal preference, and it just might be how things swing out. Besides that, it's a very nice map. Got a lot to get used to, a lot of verticality to the map, but a lot of setup is required to sort of play properly. You need to know your Sovares, you need to know your Fade haunts, so you just have to figure out how to play the info game and work from there. So as we look to sort of load into Icebox, I think it'll be a sort of a very traditional sort of lineup we'll see from Ohio University. We'll probably see Sova, we'll probably see Viper, as you said. Viper is very powerful, especially in these competitive events where you have all the team playing together efficiently. So we'll also see probably some Chamber, maybe a little Jet action from Shark. I know he likes to play that, 100%. Especially on maps with some good verticality. And we'll have to see sort of from there. But
I would definitely say that Jet is a really good pick for this map. I know I switch between Viper and Jet a lot, and I don't know, I just feel like especially on A site, being able to get over there, through, I don't know exactly what the terminology is called for the locations, but on A site I know there's a lot of walls in the way, and you could just hop over those really quick and get over there. And on B, it definitely helps if you need to go up above, right near where Kitchen is, I believe.
I believe, yeah, the sort of tube up towards Kitchen on mid.
Yeah, yep. I think that's definitely a really good place to use that there. But yeah, as you see, we have everybody in the arena today. I know recently we've been having a lot of issues with lag that we definitely saw in the the game against Akron, which definitely affected us a lot. Do you know if that has all been fixed and we're good to go now?
Well, the university likes to say that they're fixing things, and I believe currently I've not actually had any experience with it in the past couple days.
I think it's been good.
Yeah, I think all the teams have been suffering from it. I know Overwatch, League of Legends, they're all sort of getting ready for their seasons to start. I believe League of Legends is supposed to play a game today, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the other team may have forfeited already. We're just that scary. And we haven't even started the real season yet.
Scary Bobcats. Everyone's scared of us.
Yes, so everything I heard is going well. Overwatch is having trials very soon. League of Legends is in full swing, getting ready for the season next semester. I know Rocket League just finished up their season yesterday, and Valorant's sort of coming to a close here in the next couple weeks as well, and probably going to get into playoffs for that as well. It's
bittersweet, the ending.
All good things must come to an end, but I don't think the Bobcats are done just yet. So
yes,
still got a few matches left to go.
Yeah, and good things come to a start. So if you're interested in trying out for the Overwatch team, I believe that they're holding it on November 6th.
They sure are. November 6th here in the Esports Laboratory, the 700,000 plus sort of basement we have here in EW Scripps Hall.
Yeah.
Great place. Great decorations for Halloween and all that. Very festive this time of year. So yeah, but everything's really come together. I love what they've done to the place, and you know, there's a lot to look forward to in esports even after this semester ends. You got a very not real pumpkin.
Today.
Yeah, unfortunately, the real pumpkins are just not in the budget, unfortunately, at this time.
Unfortunately, but after winning this game, they might be.
They might be. If President Sherman, if you are out there, if we win this game, I will bet one real live pumpkin that we win this game. And
President
if we don't win
Sherman.
this game,
yeah, if we go 26-0, President Sherman, we should get a Bobcat pumpkin carved for this desk.
I'm sure the art students have a lot on their hands already, so they might not have time for that, but that's all right. So we're just still waiting for Ball State University to load into the lobby. We hear some hype in the background, so maybe something's happening. No, we're still kind of just waiting. It seems like one person from Ball State is just not here. Maybe a fire alarm went off. Maybe they forgot waking up late, but
and Cilantro readying on the other team. That's interesting. Oh, there we go.
Cilantro trying to give the other team as much hope as they can by playing for them instead. Now, they're going to definitely probably need that help going into this game, but you know, we want Cilantro on our side, I think. We still need someone to call the shots here and have that big, massive brain. I know he brings to the table.
Yes, 100%. No, we love Cilantro over here. Cilantro has definitely given some amazing plays that I've seen in these last few games. Definitely has a good highlight reel going. Maybe he can add to it this game.
Maybe. We will definitely see. There's definitely going to be a big focus on Slow King. Not necessarily because he's been putting up the greatest results, but that's coming from a chamber player. So he's not in as many opportunities maybe as the other players in this team, but we're going to want to see results from him because if he pops off, we want that forehead cam.
100%, and he has the heart and the dedication and the want to be here, and that is above all what's most important.
Yes, what's most important is that heart, that dedication, and that forehead in that order.
And that forehead, the big brain that we will be using to conduct these plays. Yeah. Oh, it looks like something's in the works here.
Something's in the works here. Yes, there is. Finally, we have another Ball State player in the lobby, and Ball State is just like not readying up. That's cool.
Not ready. They're not ready for us. They're shivering in their boots.
They're quaking in their boots right now. I know up north there can be pretty cold, so I think they're still probably getting warmed up. But we will have to see, as Ball State coach has notified us that they are still not ready. And that's okay. Take your time.
That's okay. Take your time.
Get really out here just to savor the moment. You know, we'll get there eventually. It'll happen.
Get your Kleenex ready, you know.
Little tears. Yes.
Little tears. It's okay.
I mean, I would love to talk about, like, you know, what we're going to see from this game, but I mean, there's not too much to sort of talk about before we start the game. I guess we're just kind of like, we're waiting to see. It's that anticipation, you know?
Yes.
Good things come to those who wait.
Yes, and I hope everyone at home is having a good day and a safe Halloween weekend.
Yes, please don't slip on a pumpkin or something.
No, please don't. That would not be good at all.
Halloween on Sunday? Or on Monday?
I genuinely don't know.
I genuinely don't know. Who knows? Who cares? I got classes to go to, maybe. I don't know.
We got stuff to do.
We have
Valorant to watch.
We sure do have Valorant to watch. We have Valorant to watch. We got Valorant to play.
Yes. Down at the Esports Arena in Scripps Hall, which is open from Tuesday to Saturday.
You work here. You would know that, right?
Yes. Tuesdays and Saturday. I believe it opens at
2 p.m.?
2 p.m. and it closes at 10 p.m.
Unless it opens at 2 p.m. unless it doesn't.
Apologies, Jeff. I will get better on our policy.
You'll work on it. You got a hard worker here, Jeff.
Yes,
someone's got to help me fill the airtime here.
Hey.
And Ball State certainly is not helping by not getting in this game.
Yeah, come on, Ball State. You're dropping the ball.
This is not. This is unfortunately not Rocket League.
Oh, we
got some juggling in the back.
Oh,
we got that content. Whoa! Oh, unfortunate. Dropping the Ball State.
Oh, goodness.
So, yeah.
Be there, be square, Ball State.
Be aware, be square, Ball State. So in the scraping the bottom of the barrel news, if you play League of Legends out there, the new Twitch Prime drop that you get once monthly Legends is out today. So go get your free little RP, little skin maybe, if you're indeed interested in that. Besides that, I don't really know what's happening right now.
I know for anyone that likes Minecraft, the new 1.20 update is dropping.
That's fascinating. Looks like the Steam Desktop Picture Mode update will make it more like a Steam Deck. Fascinating. Ooh, yeah, there's the new Witcher game is getting remade, so we'll see that in about 2 to 5 to never years.
Oh, never.
Ooh, Overwatch 2 had a ban wave. Very interesting. A lot of cheaters getting banned out there. Ball State, you can get in the lobby. Hello. Maybe they will eventually. Alright, we got some sad faces coming out in the in-lobby chat as we wait for this game to start up. Yeah. Ooh, Valorant has a new Secret Lab collaboration with some more Valorant chairs we might see in the future. That's exciting. I sure love it when my gaming chair is branded, and definitely just isn't like the default like wooden chair that the dorms come with because my gaming chair broke last semester and I haven't bothered to get a new one.
Yeah, I used to have the AK racing chair, which is like $400, but I couldn't move it here because it wouldn't fit in the car.
That's tragic. I'm sorry for your loss.
It's really sad, actually. That chair was on a payment plan.
Really?
Yeah.
You're still paying it off to this day?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I paid off that debt.
I started a gaming chair for my old university, then it got like so raggedy I just got rid of it last year. A little tragic.
They get so gross, don't they?
I mean the leather is coming apart. It's kind of a cheapish chair. It lasted like me like 34 years, so I can't complain too much.
I have a cat who loves to just claim that as her spot, so it's been worn down over time.
Yeah, that gamer cat. Yo, people are spending $4 on black market Modern Warfare 2 Burger King skins. Oh yeah, there are Burger King skins.
What?
For Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
Gotta
cool.
get that at my next Bungie trip.
Alright, let's see what else we got in news today. Magic Gathering do something. Elon Musk bought Twitter. We're not gonna talk about that. Multiverses. Something VR. Come on, Ball State. Ball State, I am struggling here. Alright, we're in Icebox.
And we are in, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, we've made it. They're only 14 minutes late to the match. It's okay. You're allowed to be up to 15 minutes late, and Ball State's 5 o'clock.
Shark with
here.
Jet, as we expect.
You gotta see you
a
got
Sova, a Viper. What's gonna fill out those last two?
It's gonna be a Chamber and probably the KO. We got Chamber, so it's looking to be like Chamber, KO.
This is a
Sova,
good-looking
Jet,
team.
Viper. Yep, it's a good-looking team. This is very standard for Black Esports. Nothing new coming out really. Sort of just like very traditional, very professional Valorant sort of deal. I'm sure they have their great setups and they know exactly what they're doing going into this match.
Yes, I'm very excited to see them play. It's what I look forward to every single Tuesday, but today is Thursday, which is a little bit off, but that is because this is a makeup game.
Yeah, you got yourself a little treat, 2 matches this week. Very cool to have. Not something you typically get.
It's good for Halloween.
We
didn't get tricked.
Yeah, we got a treat. Very good. All right. Now we're just waiting on Ball State. Ball State has been selecting their composition for about a minute here, so maybe those subs are a little confused as to what maybe they should be doing. A little bit of decisions to be made, I guess, but we will have to see as we finish loading up into Icebox.
For it being a makeup game, they don't seem so ready.
They sure don't. All right, let's see this other composition. All right, we got Reyna Phoenix. Now that is bold. That is one thing right there. A double duelist and 2 what people may refer to as bad duelist characters, might say. We got Viper, Sage, a very fun solo queue pick on this map, but not something I quite expect seeing in a competitive match. And of course, that is being rounded out by Viper Sova. Very typical kind of how that map.
You don't think Sage is a good pick for a competitive game?
I personally wouldn't pick Sage in a competitive match like this.
It's only good whenever it's in those toe-to-toe situations where you're able to get a res off. But
yeah.
Most of the time, they end up holding it and not using it anyway.
Yeah, reses can be like very telegraphed, and like if you just cover dead bodies, that sort of like prevents Sage from having a lot of utility. And also, if you get in some weird situations that you might get to in competitive matches, like you'll have a much harder issue sort of getting those reses off. But something very interesting to see here is a 3-stack on B for the Bobcats here. No, I mean, Chamber can rotate quickly as he does have his teleport set up in the back. And already one spotted over to A side here by Bobcat Esports.
Viper going through mid, and Sova is going to try and find where they are.
Yep, Sova, great character to get that in-con retail, and Deji taking the first fight,
Deji, and Deji's out.
Deji is out.
That's all right.
Clem hitting the ceiling with that arrow. Not exactly where you want to be. Oh, and unfortunately,
and it's a 3-5 game.
3-5. Great start by Ian on the side of Ball State, taking a quick 2-kill lead over High University Bobcats here.
See if we can take this back.
Yeah. So 3 characters left here for High University, but they have to push through this Viper utility that's still available inside of Ball State. Just looking for any free picks they might be able to find, but they're just not getting it yet. Sage Roll has to be pushed through, but it's going to be rough. And Slowking taking the engagement, but not finding the shots just yet. Shark pushing out into sight here. Okay, finding the kill onto Sage and Slowking for 2.
2 and 3.
Shark's still pushing out
Chamber's
here, but
very
the
low.
Phoenix setup is available with the Viper, and it's going to be really hard, if not impossible, for Ohio State to get Ohio University to find anything here. Unfortunately, the first round does go the way of Ball State, so 3. Unfortunately, your prediction for 26-0, it will not be happening.
I will not be getting that pumpkin President Sherman. That's all right.
It's okay. So Ian out here already. 3 kills on the board. Great showing. I'm just judging by the fact that he doesn't have a Ball State University gamer tag here, that he might not be the most typical player on the roster, but certainly is showing up here with 3 kills. Great entering and sort of great getting his team on the site and set up for winning position in the first round.
And 2 kills from our Slowking, who's doing amazing. Check out the forehead cam.
Check out that forehead. Right, Slowking is coming back, and they stack towards mid and A here, but unfortunately all the players are spotted by Clem on B with that Sova dart. As the rotation comes out, and Slowking looks to find someone early. Not hitting the shot.
Viper is doing a lot of damage to our team.
Sure are. Now those Viper rolls can set up great decays and great kills like you see right there. Like having to forced to push through that, and so is Slowking. Ian actually buying a Vandal here.
I believe that's the second time they've fallen to the Viper wall.
Sure have. It does set up, we have to sort of like push those sometimes, and unfortunately it's going to be a flawless from the attacking side here of Ball State University, coming out to a quick 2-0 start with Reyna already having ultimate.
You know, from what we were predicting for this game and what I've been hearing from some other of our peers, I'm quite shocked to see this result so far.
Well, that'll happen. Pistol round is very important as it sets you up to win the second round and also sets you up for a bonus for the third. This is a High University's big round here. They will have the economic advantage when it comes to equipment, as they'll be able to purchase rifles, while some of Ball State might still be stuck on their SMGs. So we'll have to see what a High University can do. But if they pull out this round and pull out next round, they can really bring the map back into their favor pretty quickly. Oh. University known for their sort of slower starts on Icebox, having to warm up a little bit. It is quite cold out there, as you can see, just all ice. And Jeji just shooting at his own teammate to give him a little spook there. So, Jeji in the Halloween spirit, scaring his teammate a little bit. But all is good on the Ohio University side so far. I'm watching mid, but getting killed by Ian as he pushed up tunnel. Good to see Ohio University down a man again going to this round. And Jeji, but Jeji 2 on A side. Jeji with 3 on A side. Bringing it back for High University is a 2v3 if the Reyna ult popped inside of Ball State University. Ian will have to carry his team through the round to win this. Alright. Detected on A site. Don't know where the Sova quite is at the moment, but High University has rotated 2 over here. The Viper watching mid to watch for a rotate. Shark has the KO knife bug again. I think his ears are probably being blown out by that sound. That's okay. Jeji trying to take the peek. Not quite getting the angle from either side here. Ian pushed out the side with that Reyna here, and the spike's going down.
That was a good dart from the other team.
Jeji unfortunately not getting it. Heavily lit. It's all up to Slowking now in a 2 versus 1 on the side here. Sova very low here.
There we go.
Find the finishing shot. Spike going down. It's all up to Slowking now versus Ian. The top frag on Ball State University. Who finds who first? And Ian goes around and finds Slowking first. So 3 rounds on the side of Ball State University. And Ohio University, unfortunately, not winning the key rifle round that they needed to win to sort of start bringing this game back.
I just think that we need to get a little confidence in our players, and I think that they're still in it, and it's anybody's game, really.
It's quite all right. Three High University players off to a little bit slow start. No kills in the first 3 rounds, while Jetty and Slowking got 3 for themselves. Ian leading the Ball State University side with 8, followed by the rest of the teammates with 2s and 1s across the board.
I find it interesting that Ian has so many kills but doesn't seem to be a typical player they put on the roster. Maybe this game changes that for him.
Maybe it does. Definitely set up to frag really well on Reyna, a character that you sort of need to get kills on to succeed, being in the duelist class. We see Shark pushing up A here, finding a lot of information in this push that nobody's on A side, which allows the rest of High University to rotate easily to B and watch mid as well. Slowking seems to heard some noises.
Slowking.
Finding the shot on the Sage, but Ian finding the frag back. 4v4 at the moment. Cilantro and Clem playing B site together. Cilantro finds the kill onto Ian with the classic, and Shark as well.
Shark with the sheriff to the head.
Not something you see typically, but Sova coming through mid for Ball State University, and Cilantro's still forced to watch this angle. Is a 3v2, but Viper's really low on health right now, so it really is like kind of like a 2v2.
Kyle saying a Hail Mary, shooting through the firewall, seeing if he can get something down.
Sure is. All right. No noise on B site, but Clem actually does find Sandwich. It's all down to one member of Ball State University, planning on A site. High University able to recover some of these guns, so they will be going into these fights with some good utility that they didn't have at the beginning of the round. Jeji looking for a kill while his teammates rotate, see if any sort of quick peeks come out. That should be happening. And here comes the push. Clem unfortunately pulling out the... Oh no.
Oh
and
no.
And a quad from Penn Park cleans up the round.
Penn Park.
Yeah, unfortunately it looks like Clem was just not prepared for someone to be sitting in that corner. He peeked the corner, but I think he sort of like felt like he cleared it, but unfortunately Penn Park was still sitting there. And with the triple to finish up the round, that means that Ohio State University is now down 4 rounds, unfortunately. But a strong string aside of Ohio University with the lesser of guns means that maybe they're sort of getting a little feel for themselves.
It looks like my eyesight's a little bad, but it possibly looks like Slowking's just going classic, or is that a shirt?
Yeah, Slowking is going classic as he has popped that chamber ult, so he has that maybe the best gun in the game and that chamber operator sort of deal. That headhunter. Oh, that's the actual name of the pistol. I forgot what his ultimate name is. Finds a first shot down mid, but unfortunately does not get a kill. It's just some info gain for side of Ohio University. And Ball State is very aware of where this chamber is currently playing and watching, so they had to be really careful if they want to try to do any rotates. Looks like the plays coming out mid. Clem watching A. Jeji unfortunately got on the Ian, and Clem finding one back on the Sandwich. Becomes all alone on the A site now. Has to fight for his life here. His teams can't rotate through the Viper molly, so... Oh, but Shark finding one on the entry here, and Clem able to safely drone out to gain his team some more information. Zephyrs pushing back site with Slowking follows him, and Clem finds another one onto Ian. Cilantro finding one to Penn Park, leaves a 3-1 for Ohio University, and they should be able to clean up this round very simply. And they get one back, so Cilantro getting the final kill there, but I believe the main player of that round would be Clem, finding a way to sort of sit in A site and sort of hold that down and force the Ball State players to sort of try to clear him. Unfortunately, it just didn't go too well for them, and that's one back on the board for Ohio University. Starting to maybe a little bit of a comeback, one might say.
Yes, definitely giving our team some confidence to pull this off. I think maybe they just wanted to give him a few rounds to give him some hope, and I think now we're ready to crush it.
Yes, Ohio University turning on a little bit. A very clean A-hold, only losing 2. Very typical of what one would consider a good A-hold. And Shark is getting aggressive here on A site. As the duelist for a player for Ohio University, he loves doing these sort of like cheeky peeks, and he gets Ian early. So that is the big fragger for Ball State University down, and the round has barely just started.
That is definitely looking good for us.
Clem getting some info down mid of the Sova dart, finding the Sova sitting in spawn. I believe that he's probably wielding something like a Marshall, just trying to find if he can find any free peeks, but Slowking has pulled out the operator, and he is checking down mid to see if he can find anybody. Very similar spot to last time, but that Viper utility sort of shuts him out of that angle for periods of time, so he can't do much, and a lot of information is sort of lost because they just can't see through a smoke.
100%. Viper has been really good on using all of their utilities and putting it in the right places on the other team, and I feel like that's definitely what's been giving them an advantage so far.
Yes, but Slowking finding one anyway. Penn Park peaked before that smoke fully popped, so that gave an opening for Ohio University to get a free kill down mid, and Slowking is now sort of holding Kit by himself, but Clem finding Jimmy on top there, and Clem with 2.
With a double kill.
And the last character probably trapped here in tunnel and getting one back on Slowking, but his time is short and Clem gets the kill.
That was definitely Clem's round.
Yes. As Clem leading the charge back into the game here for Higher University with 3 good kills there and a great A-hold from last round. He is sort of the I guess player that we need to look for the rest of this match if he's going to keep playing like this. But Sova, not exactly a character you expect to see a lot of fragging out of, but he's putting himself in such great spots and getting so much intel for the team that, you know, he's kind of just like carrying the team these last 2 rounds, I would say.
No, definitely. He's definitely fulfilling the needs of Sova's job and doing them perfectly. And I think that he definitely is well experienced with the agent, for sure.
He sure is. All these are Higher University players, really experienced with their agents. They know what they're doing. Slowking especially, being able to play Chamber pretty much every map. And Shark, a great fragger as always. He is alone here on A, as they can see that Reyna is sort of making her way towards the A site players, but not a lot of info is currently known at this moment in time. I'm not seeing anything with the drone. Looking to creep back mid instead to make sure that his players don't get flanked on either site. Very slow push out here. Now Phoenix Salt coming out on A side. High University is very willing to give Ball State the space that they want to gain here. I'm looking for a kill on the default planter, but Ball State is aware of the Sova ult. Doesn't seem like they wanted to plant there. And it's a 5v5 retake for High University. Ian finding the first one on Shark up in Rafters, and Jimmy Carter finding one on Slowking as he tries to enter A. And Jimmy with 2.
Now it is 2 versus 5.
Yes, the Grim Wall coming out there on A screens. Really confusing High University players as to where those players to be holding. And a 2v5 is not a situation you want to be, so. But Clem, he's willing to go for it here. Trying to see if he can find any kills or just
Clem
something.
Definitely has the confidence.
He sure does. Clem's look like he's going to back on save, and I think Jeji might be close behind him, but Jimmy finding a 3rd, and Clem's going to pick up the operator for his teammate, and he's just going to bail on the fight. And it's going to be another round here for Ball State University on Icebox. 5-2 for them right now. Oh, Clem not finding a shot,
he doesn't lose it. Oh no, and he lost the operator. I was just about to say that would have been really good for their economy and to use it on the next round, but
it is definitely important here as we'll see Slowking.
Too soon.
Yeah, Slowking might have to go back to a rifle here, seeing as he only has 2,800 after buying full armor. So it's like he probably pick up the slight armor Vandal. Yes, it's a big difference to put Slowking on a sniper rifle as opposed to just a rifle. That man can absolutely do work when he's handed the right tools for the job. Unfortunately, he just won't have it going to this round.
And it looks like they bought the gun for him anyway. I think they all scrapped together their money to make sure he can have a good round.
I think that was Jeji, who had enough money lying around to buy Slowking. I think Slowking probably bought him back. That's some great teamwork right there. As Shark left to hold A again, but with the Reyna utility coming out on B, Sancho's going to pop Viper ult here to try to deny some space. Viper ult's traded here with... Oh, Viper ult's not traded, that's just a Viper wall. But Ian finding Slowking early. Ian, he goes down to Clem, but Jimmy Carter gets him right back. And Cilantro is trying to hold this space here, try to dodge out the Sova ult, not be found. He's going to peek out, and unfortunately Shark's taking all of his players out, so not much for him to do here. Cilantro creeping through the Viper ult, but looks like Ball State has been pushed off the site. Just losing 2 players is a really big deal for them. Shark watching mid, and Jeji floating around kitchen at the moment. Some slow play here from Ball State University as they probably look to rotate here. If the Sova arrow coming out in A, that's pretty much going to confirm High University's suspicions. They're looking to deny the plan on default, but the nade just does not come out in time. As the rotate comes through, and you have a flanking Viper at the moment. See if you can get anything done. No Sentinel on the side of Ball State means that flanks like this can be very opportune and good for the side of High University. KO coming on Shark. Shark finding one, but Penn Park countering him back as the Viper flank starts to come out. Jeji is down, and it's all up to Cilantro now. Still no abilities on the side of Ball State University. Can Cilantro find anything on this long flank? Unfortunately, he's not, and Penn Park is very aware of the positioning. 4 kills on the round for Penn Park there. 6-2 for the side of Ball State University. And it's looking rough for the Bobcats at the moment, coming economy. They had to scrap together a buy last round, so Shark being able to purchase a rifle, probably due to his bank, but he might just sell it and just hold off for a little bit longer. 8 of the 12 first half rounds, leaving only 4 available, so losing any round here means that Ohio University will go negative on the first half, but they still have a whole other half of the game to still play.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a thrifty round here from us. So let's see what they can do with less weaponry and see if that even matters.
Shark does have the Vandal available to him as he pushes out A, as we've seen him do a lot. I'm firing some shockdowns down A, maybe getting a little poke out. No, truly no. Jeji's watching this angle from Marshall. And looks like a lot of mid-control coming out early for Ball State University. We're seeing some very similar holds from Ohio University every round. Shark loves to push out A. The Sova holding mid and the Viper holding B, with Chamber sort of supporting, Chamber and Jeji sort of supporting both sides of their team here. And Cilantro's getting aggressive, looking to find some early information. Oh, but Shark has found out by that Sova drone.
He definitely got pinched
intel
by both
of Ball
of
State
them. University,
and that is the Vandal out of the hands of Ohio University. Their big buy and their big player has unfortunately fallen. It is 4v4. We'll have to see what happens next, but Jeji firing from Viper Pro, trying to find one. Jimmy Carter with the Grim Wall again, finding out Slow King. These tricky stage walls are coming out, and they're really messing up Ohio University's peak angles. Clem trying to find one with the Sheriff on the A site here. We've seen him do work on the A site today in this match, but we need a big showing from him if Ohio University wants to round. Unfortunately, it's not happening. 10-fire taking out Clem. Jeji pushing through and taken out by Toucan. It's all Cilantra now for Sheriff. Light armor, a Sheriff, and a Dream, and unfortunately, it's just not enough. Toucan with the 3K, cleaning up the sort of light buy here from Ohio University, and 2-7 guarantees that Ball State will go up in the first half of Icebox, but Ohio University has the buy to try to start a comeback here. Once again, to try to see if they can pull some rounds back on the defensive side before we switch halves.
So, in your opinion, May, do you think that this is more of an attack-heavy or a defense-heavy map?
I would say, like you said, it's pretty even, but I think that I think Ohio University looks always to be more practiced in their attacks as opposed to defense. So I think we'll see what we'll see going in the second half here, but I think Ohio University is just getting a little like this is not a competition that you expect to see in such a high competitive play. Rain the Phoenix, not very typical. Sage, not very typical, and this Sage knows what she's doing with her wall setups. Sort of put herself in tricky peak situations where she can look at Ohio University and they're not prepared. But Jeji finding Toucan on the early peak. Ian coming out. It looks like Sage Wall has gone up, and I don't think actually. Never mind. Clem taking a sandwich. Clem on the back of A site. An anchor for Ohio University when they need it. A 4v1. It should be a clean round for Ohio University here. And Shark finding the left
hype in the building. Check the forehead cam.
Yes. A great clean round that Ohio University definitely needed to come out to save their own economy. Great showing on the A site. A very, very great hold from the side of Ohio University. Not even giving almost any space on the site at all for Ball State University. I think both teams starting to like read each other a little bit. I think Ball State has been sort of planning their plays around where they know Ohio University is playing each round, and I think Ohio University is trying to figure out where Ball State's playing each round as well. All right, so Shark holding B. A switch up as we see Chamber going A, and Jeji's the one to push out aggressively on the A, and the Sova Dart comes out to try to gain some info, but nothing is found, as players typically don't push out B this often, especially on big buy rounds like this. Shark holding on top of yellow box, looking for a peek, something early to find here. And Shark dashing out of there. I believe sounds were heard by Jeji. He's called for the rotate, as Jeji is stuck in a really bad situation. The question is, can he take anyone with him? Stuck in the Viper Molotov, unfortunately cleared out very well, but Shark fighting one back onto Penn Park, pushing up mid. Like I said, no Sentinel means that it's going to be really hard for Ball State to watch their flank easily. They have to dedicate a player, or just kind of hope that Shark just doesn't go for it here. And Clem pulling down the A site, finding Jimmy Carter on the entry here. The double duelist comes out for Ball State here to sort of finish this round. Clem finding the tag, and the spike going down default as Clem looks to spam that out a little bit. Spike going down 4v3. What can we do here? Shark is on the flank, and Viper has been popped inside of Ball State. So it's going to be a hard retake here for Ohio University as they have to fight through this big smoke screen that's going to be reducing their health every second. Shark spamming through, but Sandwich finding one. Shark finding Ian, but the Viper still active. Sandwich is down, and Toucan is still in his pit. Can Clem find him before this round ends? Clem jumping down, spamming out the smoke. Toucan finding Clem. It's all to Shark now, see if he can find something. He hears the sound cue of the rope. Forced to follow. Unfortunately, doesn't get it. Yes, still has his health reduced because he had to fight for the Viper ult, and that's a great Viper ult inside of Ball State University to sort of defend that site at the very end there. Toucan, big player there on that hold, as Ball State was down members after getting into the site.
Yeah, it looks like on their other team we haven't really seen much from their Phoenix, really. I don't know, I just really haven't seen their name pop up in the kill feed that much, but yeah, you know, it's Clem and Shark back at it again, top of the leaderboard. I'm definitely excited to see how things change whenever we switch sides, though.
You will sure see a Shark wants to get aggressive again, loves his aggression. Not finding anything on B early, as once again the team's coming to A, but he's been spotted, but he spotted them. A heavy stack towards A side again here for Ball State. They love that A site. They've seen their most success there, so they're going to keep pushing it. But Slow King with the operator here on this last round for Ohio University. Can they pull back a 4-8 and maybe make something of this attacker side half here on Icebox? Have to see. Shark going for the angle again, and like I said, no Sentinel means it's going to be hard for this. And the Phoenix Salt shut down here, but Jimmy Carter getting the frag back, but Slow King finding Penn Park makes it 3v4. Slow King popping the chamber ultimate, going for the better sniper rifle of the two in his inventory. And Shark able to cut off that rotate, finding two, flashed out, but he's alive.
Headshot with the flash.
Here he's against Sandwich, 1v1. Where is Ian? He doesn't know. Oh, but he does not find it. And Sandwich with the clutch kill in this round brings it to 2v2. And Ohio University is split across the map. They're forced to dedicate the resources to two individual sites. But what can Ball State do? Slow King aggressively watching on A, has his teleports to be able to get out of those tricky situations like this. Clem, much more passive on B, has to retake with his teammate in a 2v2, and the spike is going down. Rotation has been called as Clem looks for maybe a freebie, but I don't think Ball State's going to give it to him. So we're going to be very pivotal here, trying to find some information. Knows one player's yellow box, that's Ian, the one we need to watch out here for. Fragging out of his mind against Ohio University. He's tagged up, which means he can't peek, and Ohio University is a very rare situation, but they don't know where Sandwich is. Sandwich flashes out of B long, finds Clem. It's all the Slow King now in the 2v1. Has all the tools he needs. Unfortunately, Sandwich with the 3K. Like you said, Tree, he was very quiet, but this is the round he showed up. A very, very pivotal round here for Ball State University. Means a 9-3 attacker half for Ball State University against Ohio University.
Definitely, I think he may have heard what we said, honestly, and I think maybe our team was a little confident going into this, but Ball State University definitely shut down all of those rumors.
Yeah,
it's definitely a good game.
Yeah, they sure did. Something that a lot of players don't really take into account is tempo here in games like this. Now, Valorant is a completely equal game. Both players will have 12 shots, and first player with 13 rounds wins. In an ideal world, if both teams played the exact same, they will never be declared a winner because both teams will be just as good as each other. Now, that's just ideal world. Obviously, we don't live in an ideal world. We live where other players are better than other players. But the idea of tempo exists so that in situations like this, the tempo's on the side of Ball State, and Ohio University might lose confidence, but they have to have that strong mental game if they still want to win this match. They have to keep saying, okay, it's okay, guys. We're figuring it out. They got to adapt to the strategies that we see from Ball State University, and they got to change things up. And we see Shark pushing out here for Sheriff. He has clearly not lost confidence as he's willing to take this very aggressive line we very often see on Jet. And Clem opening it up on Ian. The top frag of Ball State is already down. 5v4 with the spike going down already. Great showing from Ohio University here on the attacker side. Jezzy's tagged out and Sandwich gets Shark. It's a 4v4. What can both sides do? And Cilantro with the flank up mid finds two. Cilantro. A very, very great play as Ball State was just not prepared. Like I said, no Sentinel inside of Ball State means that we're going to see flanks be a large option for here at Ohio University and something they need to pull out. Oh, both spotted backside for Ball State. Slow King finding one and Clem with the flank hitting the shots onto Taken.
And it's getting loud here in the arena. Sure, that was an amazing first round for Ohio University. And I think that just shows what the rest of this game is going to look like, and hopefully we can take it back.
It sure was. That is a huge round win for side of Ohio University. Like I said earlier on the first half, pistol rounds set you up for success. Winning the pistol round means that you are going in with the much better economy, especially on the attacker side with getting the spike down and going into the second round. As we can see here, we have Ohio University buying up Spectres and a Bulldog. And, I mean, Ball State can't even afford a single rifle to the name unless they just want to go armorless, which is definitely what they probably won't be doing. So, almost a second round here, Genji for Ohio University, dare I say, barring a great showing from Ball State University on an eco round here. And Ohio University very willing to play it very slow here. Hearing classic shots out from the Phoenix here means that very likely they're knowing they're going to a save. And Clem finding a pick on A on Ian. The pivotal member for Ball State is dead, and Shark is out here sort of selling a fake as Ohio University looks to go B. having to knock down that Sage wall in a 5v4 situation. They have to clear these tight corners, as that's what players in these situations might be able to do. Try to find some kills back.
Yes, they're definitely being super aggressive, and Shark is definitely trying to make it sharply out here today. I'm really excited to see how the different attacking strategies are by both teams. Ball State University is really good, but it looks like we can hold our own.
We sure can. University has secured that B site, as Ball State is definitely on the rotation now. Jeji making sure that no one's going to go for an aggressive spike defuse at the moment. Unlikely to happen, but can't hurt. A little peek. Looking to do a little bit of shoulder peeking, a little bit of jump peeking. And Shark watching that flank, finding Penn Park on a very aggressive flank. Slowking taking out Jimmy Carter. And Ken finding one back. I don't think they're going to find much more on the side of Ball State. Clem picking up one more. They know where the Viper is. She's Snowman. Sending the Spectre after her to clean up this round. And Jeji cleaning it up with Shark on the flank.
Nightmare before Christmas for Ball State. I don't think they're ready for this. I don't know if they were expecting this or what, but I definitely can tell Ball State, I feel like, favored definitely A site much more, and I think we are doing much better on B site.
We sure are. Now, only 2 rounds into the attacker side leaves a lot to be shown from both sides. Brought back 5-9 here for University, a very important round. Now, they are definitely going to be worse for wear here, as typically for bonus rounds, Ohio University will stick with the weapons they had last round, which, as we'll see, is Spectres, a Sheriff picked up by Slowking, and Clem with the Bulldog. We saw him play with last round. So they'll be behind the Vipers and the Rifles in full armor. We're probably going to see here from Ball State. So Ohio University, but if they pick this up, they will shatter the economy once again of Ball State. But we just have to see what will happen. Shark pushing out aggressively with the Spectre. Sandwich finding one of Cilantro early. And Ian finding the Shark who was tagged up in sort of connector here. Clem finding one to Ken, and Ian finding one back on Clem. And Slowking finding one on Penn Park using the 2v3. Better rifles and guns here on the side of Ball State. Slowking left with just a Spectre, I believe. Jeji is on 1-2. He sure is. So, not great for the guns on the side of Ohio University, but they do have the advantage of being attackers. They get to choose where they want to go and how they want to play. Not the greatest flash, or maybe those play. I don't know, but you know, it works. If it works, it works. Jeji crossing out mid here. Looking close behind as they look to move B. They have to clear these tight corners, and if they're going to pre-fire them, then also he's definitely going to know what's up. Yellow box cleared out by that KO knife. It's looking to get a plant here down, but unfortunately Jimmy Carter finds him. It's all to Jeji now. And Jimmy Carter from Snowman picks up the 2 remaining members of Ohio University. Only 2 rifles lost on the side of Ball State means that it was a relatively clean round, about what we expected, going to a bonus round, but Ohio University has that economy to buy up these rifles. So one pivotal round after another means that Ohio University is once again at a very pivotal stage of this game. Yeah. If they win this round, they'll be able to take rifles out of the hands of Ball State, and they'll have an easier next round. If they lose this round, they unfortunately set themselves up to lose the next, and then they're stuck at a 5-12, assuming everything goes right beside of Ball State. And that's not a situation you ever want to be in.
Yeah, definitely not. And Clem is currently fighting with Ian for the top frag of the whole entire game so far.
He sure is. Ian showing up today and showing a little bit of aggression that's fairly similar to what Ohio University did on A side here as well. Shark
falling down to the floor. Not sure if that was intended.
Sure did. Oh, but Shark finding one, and Clem finding Penn Park with his ultimate. Brings it back to 4-3 Ohio University. Great use of utility and great shot by Shark. Brings it back, and Shark back to selling that A fake as Slowking on the lurk as always. Looks B side. Ohio University quietly crawling up. Shark still looking to catch any aggressive rotators or anybody who's thinking that they should rotate B this early. Clem checking the corners for the team here. No duelists on B side here, as Shark is all alone on A. He's clearing out the site all by himself, but that is a sound cue that Ball State might fall for if they have anybody in the surroundings. The fake looks like it has not been caught on by Ohio University, and Jimmy still watching that A side, knowing that aggressive moves like this is common for Shark here on the few attacker side halves we had here for Ohio University. He was up to 3v3 if that's Sage Res on the side of Ball State if they wish to pop it. Cilantro pushing out Snowman. University not being able to locate any members of Ball State, but they've gained a lot of space here, and Ian is resurrected to bring it for 4-3. But a lot of time has been burned off the clock here on the spike plant. Clem finding one on the sandwich. Slowking hearing the footsteps kitchen, and Clem finding another one up to 3, but flanked by Ian in mid. Slowking in a bad situation, has to watch 2 angles, but just can't do it. Sancho's all alone, but he probably has lineups for this. He is Viper and has the Molotovs available. What is he going to do? Oh, but Jimmy Carter stuck the spike, and Ian gets the kill back, and that's unfortunately a loss for High University. I don't think Cilantro had the setup that he wanted to. Being a snowman is just not like a common situation to have Viper mollies available for. So unfortunately, Jimmy Carter willing to stick that spike and getting rewarded for it, as Ian is willing to watch him in case Cilantro was to peek him. But an unfortunate finish to a great round by High University. Brings us to 5-11, and like I said, the economy not looking great. Just some pistols and a Guardian bought up on the side of a High University. They're going to need something big, a miracle even, to sort of come back in this game. Information coming out mid on the side of Ball State University as a slow push towards A to find some information comes out. Clem with the silver recon dart. And Shark still willing to get aggressive. That's a good sign for High University that they're still willing to play aggressive here and not just like falling back into sort of much more passive play style that they might not know how to play as well. But unfortunately, Shark does not find the right angle on Ian here. And it's unfortunately a 4v5 early on for High University with just not the weapons that they need to win this round. But still a lot of time left. Jevy, huge
with a
kill
headshot
onto
up in
10
mid.
Park. Finding 2 tags onto Viper here, but unfortunately just not enough to get her down. Viper shutting off Jeji from picking up their rifle. Cilantro and Jeji make their way through tunnel into kitchen. All the other 2 members make their way A. 2 players in kitchen, and Jeji just unable to find the right angle onto Jimmy Carter.
Sheriff buddies could not execute, but that's okay because we still have.
Okay, so one, but sandwich with
left.
Holding the close corner on right there. It's just Clem now. He has been an absolute rock for High University in an unfortunate game of Icebox, and Ian cleaning him up brings it to 5-12.
5-12, which is somewhere we definitely don't want to be. It's definitely really scary, so they have to kind of win every single round from here on out. They have to really give it their all. So, what do you think is going to happen? What would you like to see?
I'd like to see High University still play this game out. I mean, if they go 7-0, they can obviously bring it back. It'd be a great comeback story. It'd be a great win for them. The only thing scarier than ghouls, ghosts, and whatever people dress up Halloween is unfortunately being 12 rounds against 12 rounds and not quite having as many back. But Slowking has the ultimate here, and rifles bought up on the side of a High University means that there is a chance. Well, they will have to string multiple rounds together in order to do something, but there still is a chance here for High University.
Do you think we're going to see him play more with a passive play style now?
No, actually, Shark is just willing to just go straight into the enemy team, and Sandwich finding him with a great flash, unfortunately. But Cilantro trading him back immediately. Slowking not hitting the shot he needs to on a Penn Park. A Penn Park for 2. Jeji back, making it 2v2 on the side of nobody. Reina all popped out here for Ian. Huge round for High University. Not hitting the shots that they need to just yet. Unfortunately, not the cleanest round coming out from either side. As both players looking for some information here with the Sova drone. Clem pushing up a site with the drone here. Not finding anything. Jeji crossing mid here, and with Sova close behind. Both players, but Sova shooting an arrow up mid trying to see if anybody's being a little aggressive, not finding anything. Jeji clearing his corners going on to B site. Sage player for Ball State is known to hold these tight corners and play these tricky little angles. So High University has to be very careful. Jeji getting the spike down default means that Clem will definitely be available to shut off any attempt at a defuse with his utility. So Ball State will have to play into a High University here if they want to find a round win here on round number 18. Jeji listening for the sound cues. Popping ultimate here to deny any flashes from Reina or Sage Wall, but getting knifed?
Getting knifed by Ian. That is definitely a horror story.
When
we're 5
Ian
and 12.
cleans it up, and unfortunately,
unfortunately, our nightmares come true, and that is 5-13 for Ball State, losing our first game. I definitely think maybe there was some miscommunication about the team's abilities and performance before this game, because they definitely seem to be good.
Yes, a great showing here from Ball State University in Game 1. High University take their time here to reset for Game 2, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot has been learned.
They definitely did not drop the ball on that one.
They sure did not. Ball State playing well. Ian playing out of his mind. 24 kills, topping the scoreboard with Clem close behind on 19 and Shark on 14. And Jimmy Carter also on 14. Besides that, a little bit of maybe a surprise here for High University. Definitely got a lot to think about going here into the break. But we will be back with Game 2. High University versus Ball State. Stay tuned in. Don't go too far.
Stay spooky.
Welcome back to Game 2 of Ohio versus Ball State.
Tree, you sound different.
Yeah, because I'm not Tree anymore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? It's me. I'm May. I'm back, and I'm joined today by Jackson for Game 2, Ohio University versus Ball State.
Yep. So I wasn't here for the first game, but I heard it was a tough match, so I'm hoping we can turn around for Game 2, playing Icebox.
Yeah, first match was Icebox. 13-5 in the favor of Ball State, a very, very great attacker side for them and a strong defender side to close it out. Ohio University, they have talked it out. They are, once again, very hyped, and they are looking to play the game of Valorant as soon as we load in. Currently, the map is set to Icebox in the lobby, so we got to fix that because we don't want to go back to Icebox, mostly because we shouldn't be playing the same map twice.
That is true. Do you know what map we are supposed to be playing?
I am not a true. I believe the teams are shuffling around because I believe Ohio University looks like they might be attacking first. We got to do a little bit of a team shuffle real quick before we start up here today. But we are going to figure that out very shortly. As always, anticipation is the greatest part of this job, as we have really no idea what we're doing, unfortunately. I just kind of wing it on the fly, and let's wait for this lobby to sort of sort itself out. You know, a lot for Ohio University to sort of fix here going into Game 2. I think the main issue was really not like the executes or like planning from Ohio University. I think that they were just missing some of their shots. That's something that can be fixed pretty easily, but just gotta regain your confidence, gotta take each round one at a time, and just gotta figure it out from there. So if Ohio University can hit their shots, then we'll see some good stuff out of them. Looks like we are going to Ascent. Very popular map, Ascent is. Sort of like the Dust 2 of Valorant of sorts. Yeah. And Ohio University has shown many times that they know how to play this map, and they have the setup for it too. Now, a little bit of a different setup we saw from what we saw earlier this season. Clem locking in that Astra and Slowking on that Killjoy to hold down that B site. I guarantee that's almost certainly what it's for, but also great character in general. Great takes of Killjoy ultimate, and also great holds of the swarm grenades and post plants as well, if you know the lineups. Clem on Astra, taking sort of like a much more like sort of like backseat role here. Astra sort of plays a lot like an RTS as opposed to an FPS. And Jeji, as always, on that KO. No And Slowking actually, this might be one of the first times I've actually not seen him play Chamber every single map.
Yeah.
So, a little surprising there.
I was gonna say, I think this is the first time Slowking's ever played somebody other than Chamber. So maybe it'll change something for game 2 here.
I've never seen such great innovation as Slowking picking a different character for once.
Yeah.
That massive forehead's really being put to use today. So we see the Killjoy coming out. We see a little bit of a mirrored Killjoy here on the side of Ball State. Phoenix making another appearance back here. Sandwich back on that Phoenix as we are fixing some graphics and we're back. All right, we got that. We got Brimstone as well. Pulling out that smoke roll on the side of Ball State. Reyna back again. I'm assuming for Ian here. If production, we could press tab real quick. That would be great just so we can see what players are on what. We also got that fade coming out for both sides here. Sort of like the better version of Sova. Much more better frag of Sova. And Tekken on that fade as I see it. Yep, Ian's back and Sandwich is back on their 2 duelists here. Ian definitely making the better of Ohio University in game 1. Sandwich yet to really prove himself, but has had his moments. But we see Shark doing the thing again he loves to do, walking aggressively up somewhere. He does it quite well, actually. Even hits headshots, too, while doing it. I can only do one or the other, it seems like. Yeah, so we have a great split A here. Ian pushing out, but getting traded back. Clem with 2, opening it up by Ohio University. Shark finding the pick here, finding the play here. Sancho chasing out, pitching Brim out of Garden here. And it's already a 4v2. Low health bars inside of Ohio University. Leaves a little room to play for Ball State, but site's taken and Ohio University already in their setup positions.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly how you start off on your first pistol round. You just got to go in, see who you can get, and then get in there and plant.
Gonna go in,
That's
yes.
exactly what we did.
A mentality I know Ohio University has for this map, talking to their coaches and talking to players who are very knowledgeable of this game, is that as the push comes out here, I'll hang on for just a second. Sancho and Jeji, it's just a real quick cleanup coming out of doors here. Yeah, like I was saying, mentality for Ohio University on this map that I've heard a lot of the good players here and maybe a little bit of the coaching staff talk about is that if a team knows how to hold the entrances to these sites here, and it's going to be really tough for the other team to sort of be able to attack them. So getting these early rounds will be very important when the utility is not as, I guess, available, especially with the economies being so tight. And pistol rounds definitely be a huge pickup if the game ends up being that way, where being able to hold this map is very important. But also, I know a very popular thing to do this map is to give up space and go for a retake, especially if you have Fade Ultimate. So a lot of different ways to sort of play this map. And the buy up here from Ohio University left a spike and spawn, so I'm sure they'll get around to it eventually, but not exactly the most aggressive position. But with this really spread out default play, try to gain some space, find some info, maybe find an over peeker, it's a perfect place for it to be. Nothing's been found yet. I know Ian was spotted on Catwalk, but has retreated back to Garden, and the Fade has been spotted back towards Defender Spawn, up mid. Shark throwing a smoke out there to deny some vision, making the BGSU players question what is real and what isn't, as the slow move towards B is called for Ohio University. Santro coming out with the Prowler early, a lot of util being dedicated to clear out these angles. Shark finding the first one into Penn Park. Site being secured, but Ian is back there, and Slowking picks him up. 4v3 here. Market door blown open here by Ball State, but Ohio University has control of the site, and they're in their positions once again.
Yeah, and this is a pretty good position for them too, because all they have to do is wait for Ball State to come to them. They don't have to push or anything.
Slowking making his position available, but he's definitely backed up by his teammates here. Slancho and Clem cleaning it up. It's all down to one member of Ball State here. Stuck in this corner, what can you do? Probably nothing. Ohio University looks to spam him out, but they're not willing to peek just yet. They try to save these Spectres, and they know he'll die to the spike, so like in this position especially. Clem willing to take it, but Slowking picking it up in the end. A clean 4-1 round for the side of Ohio University. Only 3 kills in this game on the side of Ball State so far. And as we go into the bonus with rifles and a Sheriff here for Shark, a great opening here on this map here for Ohio University.
Yeah, and hopefully they can ride this too, so they don't fall behind. Like they did on the first map.
Yep. If Ohio University is able to pick up this round here, it would mean huge things for their economy and terrible things for Ball State. Now, Ohio University is going to have the worst rifles and guns coming out here, as they actually only have SMGs and a pistol. But Jeji finding an early one into EM. That is the major fragger out for Ball State, but Sandwich finds one back on Cilantro. A peak mid not going Ohio University's way. 4v4, a great spot to be in for Ohio University. The attacker side, if you have even numbers, is almost always favored for them. A 4v4 situation means that these defenses become spread thin and thin on side of Ball State for each member they keep losing. Shark finding a peak but not finding a kill, taking a little bit of damage, and Slowking is tagged up here, supporting his teammate. Slowking peeking out. Member of Ball State Sandwich, I believe, that's spotted mid as Ohio University goes for the cross here. Slowking playing a little aggressive, finding his way across even with a little bit of health. Shark leading the charge as he always does here for Ohio University, it seems like. Smoking off tree, but he's stuck in the fade utility. All of Ohio University actually stuck in the fade utility. That's going to mean a huge delay here on this onto the site. And Jimmy Carter is already holding the back, but Clem finds him up again. Rifles being collected on the side of Ohio University. Spike not going down just yet. They're not 100% on where they should plant, and if they have all their angles locked down. Yeah, Clem really hesitant to plant the spike here. Doesn't want to die to a quick peek, and the Odin fire coming out. I think that's something we'll see a lot out of the Fade players here, especially since they can hold B site and gain a lot of info. But Ken actually with the Vandal picking up Shark as he tries to get through aggressive push through Garden on such low HP. They get just Slowking and Clem here, but Slowking finding one in the pen park. Unfortunately, Clem not able to pick up his, and they're aware of Slowking is, but it's a 1v1 situation. Slowking, the world on his shoulders, finds the peak to Garden, but doesn't get shot. He has the time advantage here. Haunt coming out, not destroyed, and Slowking is just revealed. It's so unfortunate that he just couldn't get the kill on that Haunt without giving away too much. But a really good round, a bonus round, getting 4 kills and a plant. That's huge for Ohio University. They have taken 4 rifles out of the hands of Ball State, and some of those might not be able to be purchased back up, especially with armor. Yeah, so we see low 3,000, low 3,000s here. Means that some individuals will not be able to buy rifles unless they sacrifice full armor for light armor or all their armor altogether. So University with 4 Vandals and an Odin coming in, which we'll see a lot out of Cilantro this game, and probably out of Tekken as well. So University, they'll be going into the 4th round. Even though taking a loss, they will have the superior equipment, and we'll have to see if, with the tables turned, can Ohio University win a round.
Ooh, through the wall.
Ooh, early spam out from Cilantro. You'll be seeing Fade do this a lot. Both sides will probably be looking to throw down these haunts and spam that wall with the Odin. That is sort of like where Fade likes to play on this map, and we'll be seeing a lot of that as players look for essentially free kills sometimes. But Slowking caught out alone, pushing up mid to gain some info. Unfortunately, no member of Ohio University left to refrag him. Clem, finding double peek onto Ian here on A side means that no chance for a kill for Ian here. We'd have to hit a nasty 1-tap, but unfortunately just not able to do it. The default plant denied out here by the Killjoy utility, as Cilantro looks to flank mid here, knowing one member's tree as the door did get shot down early after the take was made by Ohio University. Cilantro peeking, but Pen Park is ready, but just can't hit the shots. Cilantro looking to rotate back to join his team as the 4v2. Very great situation here for Ohio University, and both players spotted jumping out of heaven, but only one player able to have the peak as A main is smoked off here. Now they do know where that site is, and there's almost no way that a defuse comes out here. Spam coming out from both sides, a haunt being thrown out, and yeah, Sandwich just can't find the defuse. Gets one back on the JJ, but Cilantro's quick on that refrag. 3 kills on the Odin, 1 completely blind, and a great round for University, shattering the economy of Ball State here. Jackson, what are your thoughts going into this 5th round here?
Well, I was kind of just surprised because I'm no Valorant player. I don't play this game a lot, but does the Odin, is it more wall bangable? Like, can it shoot through more walls, or
yes,
is that like a thing?
So I believe there's like 3-ish tiers of essentially guns. It's called penetration, I believe.
Okay.
Odin has the highest, so when you shoot through walls, it will do the most damage of most things, essentially. Okay. So it has a high penetration stat. So that's why you'll see Odin spam a lot with these info utilities, with these info agents. So yeah, Cilantro once again showing that he knows how to use this Odin onto Jimmy here, and Shark finding the other kill. 3 versus 2 right now. Slowking decayed up here, but he'll regain his health bar after that goes away, but only up to 14 actually. Jetty going back into Ian, and wow, what a chaotic opening to this game. Can't find one, but Clem picking him up easily. So yeah.
Pretty good round there, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, 2 left alive as ESU threw everything in the kitchen sink at Ohio University, trying to take B side with their sort of light buy-ish, but it just doesn't work out. But yeah, like I said, Odin, high penetration stat. You'll be seeing Fade or sometimes even Sovas, but obviously not in this map. They'll look to gain early info, get those tags up, and then they'll shoot at where they see the players tagged in those hallways. And if you're firing back of a Vandal or a Phantom, I believe, through that wall, it can't even penetrate. So you have to have an Odin or an Operator to do anything.
Interesting, yeah.
So yeah, Jeji, really quick overload coming out, and Sandwich is caught pretty off guard, but Jimmy Carter finds one back on Cilantro, not clearing Jeji. Back onto the B site here, and Clem all alone in mid. Jeji is stuck, and unfortunately, Ohio University not cleanly clearing these angles means that Jeji is all alone here, but Clem finding one back on mid. I don't know. I think Ball State knows where the spike is. The question is, do they have someone able to watch it and also be aware of where Jeji is on site? Ball State has to be aware of the general positions of both players. And judging by this Brimstone smoke, that there is a play. Brimstone is holding B main. But Ian unfortunately finding back for Jeji, and Clem is in an unenviable position of trying to recover this spike through these Brim smokes, but Jimmy Carter cleaning it up. Able to hold that close market door over by Logs, I believe, in that round. And High University just did not cleanly clear him, and unfortunately that will cost them the round.
Yeah, when you're walking out of the smoke, and there's 2 people there.
Yeah, it sure is.
Not looking good.
And the Sandwich was full flashed on sort of the switch area, but yeah, Jimmy Carter just able to freely operate in that Logs area means that it's just unfortunately just was not a great position to be in for Ohio University, and they just weren't ready to clear that position. But 4-2, couple rifles still bought up. Shark is going to pull out the knives for this one. And we see a little bit more of a default, a little bit more of slow play here from Ohio University. And it's looking, finding these Sandwich, no damage really going to be done by Ball State, but Ian's quickly going to find Jeji, a push out on A. The 2-member push out on A is going to find both players. Unfortunately, that is also where Ohio University left the spike. So they will have to recover that from the hands of Ball State University, assuming they were able to gain the info of where it was left by Ohio University. Slow King getting taken out by Sandwich on a slow push out onto B. Shark up mid as well. Finding one back on Jimmy Carter, but it's a 4v2 aside of Ball State. But Shark, it's Shark week, and he has found 2 back already. But they still have to recover the spike. And Penn Park, he's pushed up Catwalk, and he's found Shark caught off guard. I don't think Ball State actually knew the spike was in spawn. I don't think they overpushed into A spawn there. So Sancho is able to actually recover it with no members holding that position. The question is, did he make any noticeable sound cues that Ball State's aware of? As he's in a 1v3, not the easiest situation, but we've seen Ohio University members pull this off before. What can the Cilantro do in this situation? All by himself with Vandal moving towards B. The Killjoy utility is something he has to worry about. He does not know what site that might be set up on. He's being very methodical, finding one into Ken. That's huge for Ohio University. Puts him up in a 1v2, all alone. Unfortunately, he's still stuck in the back of B site. We might see a Killjoy ultimate pop just to secure this round. Unfortunately, I think Cilantro is just aware of that Killjoy ultimate as well. So he had to take that aggressive angle to not be trapped on B site. So I think taking the aggressive angle was the right play, but unfortunately not able to find the kill onto Ian. Yeah, and Ball State, they'll defuse eventually, they'll get around to it. But both players have ultimate. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication as they say, oh, you pick it up, I vault. No, you pick it up, yeah, I vault. You know, they'll get around to it eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jackson, what are your thoughts on this game so far?
I mean, so far, we're coming out strong. I think it only goes up from here.
It can only go up from here. Yeah, sure can. Well, Ohio University still is ahead on rounds. Like I said, I think this map can be very defender-sided if the defenders know what they're doing. And it's 4-3 here, but we will see Ohio University with a very much thrifty light buy here, pulling out their sheriffs. This town is not big enough for both of us, but we'll see if they can do some work.
It is big enough for all 4 of us, but not Slow King, though.
Yeah, not Slow King. Yeah, Slow King, he's doing his own little thing.
Yeah.
Man has the big forehead. He has allowed to do what he wants. Alright, Brimstone spotted out on Catwalk as a fast mid-take, leaving the spike behind on B side alone. Because you have to stay a little careful here, but yeah, looks like Ball State is just not ready to hold that mid, and they're just willing to give that space up to High University. Jeji finding one quick on the sandwich. As the site is cleared out and Slowking picks up the rifle. A very clean take, surprisingly. Only one player holding B, and mid just given up completely. Pen Park coming back onto Jeji here. And, well, but Shark and Clem finding one each. Leaves it in a 2v4, and the rifle's picked up inside of High University, so this round is completely swapped. And Clem still up for Sheriff, but finding one out, waiting for the angle for Slowking. Is that a shotgun I see? Jamie Carter taking a Slowking, and it's unfortunately a 2v2. But I know at least one member is tagged up on the side of Ball State. What can they do? Oh, the smoke coming out, and that's huge as Ball State's pushing out the site. Oh, but Cilantro finding one. It's 2v1. The spike sound has been triggered for the fuse. If Cilantro finds it. Finds one Jimmy Carter, and a thrifty round for Ohio University means they will bring it right back 5-3 with a rifle save on the side of Ohio University and the economy once again broken on the side of Ball State.
Yeah, that's perfect what you want to see, especially at this point in the round. You should have the next couple rounds set up for you. Pretty clean.
I agree. All right, well, so what we're seeing here, 5 versus 3 rounds. Tempo on the side of High University with their economy being much stronger after that win, and Ball State's not being able to hold up as well. Looks like a Fade Hunt coming out A for some information to gain for Ball State. Cilantro, all alone, looking up A side. Ohio University has to be very careful when they're going for these peaks alone with no refrags, as Ball State sometimes likes to support their players, sometimes they don't, but it's a risk that you have to be willing to take, and it's a risk that you have to be willing to succeed on if you're that player who's all alone by themselves trying to gain some info. They hover over to B side here. University likes their chance with B side much more than A, or maybe they're trying to find some information or maybe a quick pick, but Ball State's not giving it to them so far. One player spotted up onto A side, but this Astra and combination with Shark is gaining a lot of space and a lot of info here for High University. Once again, they're pushing on the B side, and it's just Sandwich. It's just Sandwich again, and Pen Park's taken out on the side of A. It looks like they left Ian in the back of sight, but he's all by himself, and it's just five kills. A clean, flawless round for High University. Ball State caught completely off guard. I just don't think they had the weaponry to even attempt to fight back, but a clean take and a great round for High University.
Yeah. Not much else Ball State could have done there, I think. I think they pretty much played their cards right, but we just had too much firepower and they couldn't fire back as well. They
sure did. Now, Ball State will be coming back with some firepower of their own, as I expect some rifles to be bought up on their side here.
Mm-hmm.
And High University going for, once again, a split default here to gain some info. Jeji popping the Alt B early, maybe trying to catch some KJ util. And the Astro wall popped as well. I think they're hard faking it. I think they're hard faking B push, and Jeji's doing it very well with the ultimate and getting a kill very early. But there's no spike on B side, and no sound being made on A side as well. And I think Ball State almost has got to start wondering, like, why is the spike not going down? Jeji not getting pushed on A side, I believe, and the Fatal finding absolutely nobody on A, which is kind of to be expected, but yeah, just a free plant coming out. The Killjoy lineup not quite working out like they wanted to. Falling a little short there. And as we see, the hold comes out for University. I think Ball State is just, I don't even know if they know what's happening right now.
Yeah, they're like, do we go B? Do we go A?
I believe Shark's holding Hell here as we wait for more players to push out, but Sandwich finding one to Cilantro, but Shark finding him back quickly, but Shark cleared out by Ian here, but Jeji finding back on Jimmy Carter. Reyna is detected, and she's been shut down as the spike defuse has been triggered, but Slowking has those setups with the KJ. Clem finding one back, and Ian cleaned up. It's just down to one member of Ball State who is forced to flee through Garden. And Clem giving chase picks him up 7-3. Nice. In almost reverse of what we saw on Icebox here for High University. Yay. Securing a winning first half with 2 rounds still left to go.
Yeah. And since this map is more of a defender's side map, I think we should be pretty set up for the next couple rounds to getting into that second map win, hopefully.
We will see. I know High University has been to this map a lot And they are showing that they know what they are doing. They're up to snuff, as some people might like to say. Shark. Looking at the Prowler mid, but spam coming out from both sides, tagging up Shark with just one bullet. Not going to be too much damage done on the high side of High University. All the players just going to default. Clem alone on this A push by himself. Has to be careful about how much he's willing to go for here. Can't overextend. Just looking, catching push on the B, but Clem finding that push on A after all by himself. Huge kill taking down Ian, the top fragger from last game on the side of Ball State. And Shark is able to push through the smoke here. He sees the Molotov come out from Brimstone from Tree. So that info has been gained, and Astra has gone ahead and smoked him off. Killjoy all alone pushing B side. Ohio University loves their long lurks. The question is, what can they make of it? Jeji clearing his corners. Ohio University, very clean take, taking every corner that they need to, making sure there's not going to be caught off guard by anything. And the site is all theirs. All clear on the side of Ohio University. As Slow King is on this fast flank, what can he do? And does Ball State suspect this? Sancho picking up one, Clem picking up another one. Shark picking up a third, and it's going to be a clean, flawless round for the side of Ohio University. 8-3 attacking side here. Ascent going completely differently than we saw on Icebox. Ian still top of the scoreboard for Ball State, but his team is just unfortunately not there to pick up the slack. As we see 4 players with 11 kills on the side of Ohio University. Wow, and Slow King, he's doing his best. He's got to play for the util. Like, it's kind of just what you do.
Mm-hmm. Really impressive first half, too.
It sure is, and there's still one round left to go.
Yeah. We'll see what they can pull out here, even though they have 0 ults to 3 for Ball State.
High University has to be very careful, because either way, this round is a lose-lose for them, because they either go up to the 9-3 curse, or they lose and go 8-4. So let's see what they go for here. I'm personally throwing this round to avoid the curse, but High University has different ideas inside their head. Yeah, don't want to curse yourself on Halloween week. That is a recipe for disaster. Another recipe for disaster is letting Shark just have this much free space to work with. Shark is always willing to go for these aggressive plays, taking out the Killjoy utility to set there to watch mid. And util clearing out for it to be... Oh, Shark, he hits those. Sandwich taken out again. That man just cannot hold the B site. Ohio University is just getting the better of him here. Oh, but Penn Park not cover. Ohio University is not covering the back for Shark here. And Fade ult coming out from B site. I think Fade's stuck in the back of B site, and she was just desperately trying to stay alive. Cilantro says, no, I'm the better Fade, and you are going down. Killjoy ultimate has been popped, but it does not cover the back here of Boathouse, I believe. And the ultimate will be thrown back on the side of Slow King, looking to prevent anybody pushing in from the stable. He will go ahead and get detained. It's fine. His teammates have his back, and they can't push into the KJ ult anyway. Time bought on the side of High University, and now the retake can be started with Clem ready to peek out at a moment's notice when either he wants to or his team tells him to. Looking for this angle, he's hungry for these kills, and he gets one on Jimmy Carter, but he's traded back quickly. But that doesn't matter. It is 3v1 for High University here, and they're in a great setup situation. And Cilantro cleans up Penn Park. 9-3 first half. Unfortunately, we're going to see High University lose as they are now cursed to the 9-3 curse. So, unless something miraculous happens, I think it's going to be a clean win here for Ball State.
Well, hopefully we don't see the curse, you know. I'm being hopeful here. It might be 9-3, but we'll treat it like 0-0 still.
Hope in our hearts and in our minds, but in all seriousness, High University showing up after not exactly a poor performance, more like a little bit of a, maybe a little cold on the hands when it comes to Icebox, one might say. I think that wind chill was getting to them.
Yeah, I think
all the way in the Arctic there. But back here on Ascent, they are warmed up, and they are showing that they are ready to go. They're ready to play. They're ready to go toe-to-toe with Ball State, and they are showing it now. 9-3. The tables have now been turned. It's up to High University to defend these sites from the Ball State attackers. A quick spot by Tiles by Jeji. He's willing to take these duels too. Oh, and that knife finding 2-A, meaning that it's a default take here for Ball State as they're looking to gather some info and play slow here. Jeji's still willing to take these shots. He has the confidence, and that's something great we see from Ohio University. Not shying away after that first game that didn't go their way. They're willing to take these angles, and Shark is still willing to get aggressive. As we wait for Ball State to figure out where they want to go, util being used to shut off, but I think Ohio University probably has heard some sound cues or has maybe a feeling that Ball State's looking to go A. Already there's confidence that Shark can hold B all by himself. Space being controlled very well, mid being given up to Ball State, really. And Catwalk, a player has been spotted with a sandwich on the Phoenix. And Ian pushing spawn on that Reyna. Jeji finding one, Sandwich and Ken are both down. And then Ball State's been spotted sort of going B here, and Shark taking out Ian means that, it's a disaster round for Ball State. Shark, he's just hunting, and he smells blood in the water. A triple kill this round so far with one member of Ball State, probably sweating bullets wherever he is. I believe he's Market. Oh, Shark not hitting the 180, but,
yeah.
Clem's got his back. A 10-3 flawless pistol round.
That
Ohio University is going to be unbelievably far ahead going into this second round here on the defender side.
Yeah, and they're able to all buy Spectres here with some leftover. Not as much as you'd hope, but second round, what can you do?
What can you do, indeed? But Ohio University, they got their Spectres. They even got a little bit of a different buy as I believe Fade Spam looking to come out here. Yep, high penetration. I like it. High penetration, heavy weapons guy. A little bit of action here, but Ball State looking to play slow again. Trying to find some info, trying to get their feeling, trying to find anything Ohio University is willing to give them, but they're just not giving them an inch. Wow, the Killjoy push coming out from Slow King says, I may have heard you A, but I actually don't really care. I'm just going to push wine anyway. And he has not found anything. He's going to maybe retreat a little bit, but Shark finding one to Ken and finding one on the sandwich. Shark peeking out B. Cilantro not be able to do much as his job is kind of to back up his boy, and he's able to find one back in the pen park. And Shark finding a third, and Slow King, 2 flawless rounds. That's 0 kills on the side of Ball State here on the attacking side. Off to a really rough start, but it's bonus time for Ohio University, and it's buy time, and it is crunch time for Ball State. If they do not win this round, I don't think they'll even have a chance to win the game. They have to win here, and they have to string the rounds together to end this map. So, big ask here for Ball State. Are they up to the task? We will see.
Yeah, we really came out here saying 9-3 curse who?
9-3 curse who? Yeah, clearly, I think they might have transferred the curse to Ball State, as 0 kills coming out is not a good start, dare I say. I know a lot of people like to say Valorant it can be played more like a chess game, but if you don't kill anybody, you're not going to win. So, you got to do that first.
Yeah.
Deji being spammed on Catwalk, revealing his position a second ago by spamming that smoke. He's being counter-spammed now. Cilantro watching that B push, if his boy Shark backing him up. A push out coming from mid, Brim smoking out, but Shark is holding Market, and he's going to shut it down. Getting a headshot here, but not able to finish it off just yet. Pulling out the pistol. Jimmy Carter finds one in Clem with the aggressive push, but Shark taken out. It's a 3v3, and Superior Rifles here for the side of Ball State. Not the cleanest take, but clean enough to be even on the board. So we'll have to see what happens now. As Cilantro holds back a B side, hoping that Ball State might not clear him or he can get a cheeky kill before being taken out. Jeji spamming through the smoke. Trying to maybe sell a little bit of a fake here for his boy stuck in the back of B. Killjoy clearing util clearing him out, and Santo's been spotted. He is back against the wall. Is the wall there to support him? Oh, what a flick! Onto Jimmy Carter. Sandwich takes him back out. But that's a huge kill. And I believe some damage done back onto the players here from Ball State, but Pen Park. And I wanted to Jeji. Slow King all alone. And has been revealed by having to shoot that Killjoy trap before it's able to activate. Can he pick up anything here? He's going to give it a shot, and Spectre, he's in a good position for it. Not finding the first kill on the repeat, just taken out by Sandwich. 3 dead on the side of Ball State, but they get the round. not the cleanest, not the greatest, and Ohio University could be able to buy rifles back to meet him once again in the fields of battle. And I may have said it was a huge round for Ball State, but it's a huge round once again. The winner of this round will likely win the next. And if Ball State gets to string some rounds together, they can even try to mount a comeback. But Ohio University just has so much room to work with that I don't see that happening. But Ohio University still has to get 2 rounds to close out this game. Jesse, gonna find some early info up mid. Alright, so trying to secure mid control. Very important for this map. Jeji forced to fall back. Worried that there might be a gap in the Asher smoke or maybe a cheeky peek coming out from Ball State to reveal his position. He and Shark have a nice crossfire set up. But there's one... Okay, Shark's been spotted out. Jeji being spammed out. Stuck just... has to sit on the bench. But the spike's taken out by Shark. Ooh. 2 headshots for Shark. Spike down in mid. 3 for Shark. Oh, can he find 4? Unfortunately, he can't. Sandwich. Jeji's all alone with no health. Spike down mid. A man advantage here for Ohio University. And some really weird spots to have here. Killjoy back in attacker's spawn. Waiting for those sound cues to come out. Oh! Sandwich, he throws the pistol as a flash. Slowking doesn't fall for it, but he hits the headshot. 2v2. Both teams probably going to end up playing together here. Jeji low on health. Health bar is unknown here for the side of Ball State on our end. Ohio University obviously knows more, but unfortunately we don't. Jeji looking to make the move towards A. Phoenix ult available in Killjoy to hold util for that retake. It was in a unenviable position here on the side of Ohio University. Glass broken. I believe that was by Ohio University. Info gain. Oh, he's not looking the right way. Sandwich is looking the wrong way. Spike's been planted and Cilantro picks him up.
Nice.
A little bit of a blunder there for Sandwich. He's just not looking at where the play. I think he was looking towards Wine. Yeah. That's a very interesting place to be looking. I think you kind of just want to clear that before moving up with your teammate, but Sandwich just not looking the right way and unfortunately taken out on the side of Ohio University. And Penn Park was close to follow. So 12-4. 8 rounds left to theoretically be played, but only 1 is needed for Ohio University to send us to Game 3.
Yeah, and a blunder there from Ball State, like you said, and it puts us right in check for that checkmate, hopefully right here.
Match point for Ohio University. We'll be seeing match points until this game ends.
Hopefully out of these 8 next rounds, we get at least 1.
Yep.
So
just got to get 1, and Ohio University has done that 12 times so far, so... definitely probably up to the task. They just got to do it one way or another. Doesn't have to be clean, doesn't have to be fancy. They just got to do it. So King holding on A site here. Peeks up mid from both sides here. Info trying to be gained. A little bit of jump peek from Shark. A little bit of jump peek from Clem. Just gonna gain some info. Marshall coming out on the side of Ball State as their economy is definitely in shambles still. Slow King getting the spotted out here with Killjoy util. Buying some space. Doesn't know if they're fully committed out yet. Nothing triggered on the alarm bot, but he has been marked. Being spammed out here. Oh, the push from Tree unfortunately takes Slow King out, and it's a 4v5. Clem finding one back onto Ian. I believe the spike's probably going to start going down here, I'd imagine, on the side of Ball State.
Yeah, and there it is.
Spike being planted here. Jeji smoked off in heaven. Shark looking up mid, trying to find it out, but Clem gets Sandwich on when he's coming back as he put himself in that position to try to find some kills. Ken, Deji from Dice here. Shark pushing in. Enemy Killjoy ultimate taking down 9-8-7. What can they do? Ohio University. Clem stuck in the Molotovs here. Cilantro, he's stuck. He has to do something. Forced retreat to not get locked down here and detained. It's a 1v2. Both Killjoy grenades have been used, but he's just in such a rough spot. 20 HP. Yeah, and the Brimstone ult not gonna tag him. I'm making run for the hills, just trying to save the rifle. A round secured by the post-plant utility from Ball State University. Brimstone ult will not be available. Used to secure that round there. Definitely worth it on the side of Ball State, as if they lose the round, obviously they lose the game, so. But, yeah, we look at the scoreboard real quick. Shark, 23 kills, followed by Cilantro with 17, and Sandwich leading the way this game for Ball State at 12, with Ian, the top fragger and carry from last game at 10. University still well ahead here. 7 rounds left to work with here. Just got to win 1. A little bit of a lighter buy. Clem saving the rifle. You see a frenzy, 2 stingers even coming up from University. Can play maybe some close angles. Go for a little bit of scrappy play here. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, and if you're Shark, you're hungry for that sandwich.
Yeah, you sure are hungry.
Every corner.
Shark indeed is always hungry for some good kills, and having your name be Sandwich, probably not a great place to be, but Sandwich finding one to Slow King. Aggressive push into Wine. Trying to push up to gain more info, but unfortunately he's going to be shut out. And Jeji with the frenzy. He is forced out of his position and just blind, unfortunately taken out. Doesn't have the firepower to take out that Fade utility. I'm finding one back, but the rifle saved from last round by University only can find one body before being taken out. Cilantro taking A with Shark clearing out mid to B here. Cilantro picking up a Phantom. Might look to save, might look to fight. We'll see what he has to do. 1v4 here. Position that probably can't win, I'll be honest. I know this man's good, but I don't know if this is exactly where you need to be in a match like this. Finding some info out here with the dog, but just not happening. Ian for 3 on the side of Ball State, taking out Cilantro, bringing it back close to 12-6. Ohio University looking to buy up here and give it another shot.
Yeah, hopefully we do have a full buy here, but it's got to be this round because next round it might not be looking too good for us.
Ohio University probably has about 3 to 4 buy rounds left in them before disaster would strike, so Ohio University has a lot of room to work with here. 1 ult on the side of Cilantro, 1 ult on the side of Clem, and Ian and Taken are coming back, but that Reyna ult not as effective here in pro play as maybe another high utility ultimate. We'll have to see what happens here. Shark looking for some aggression here. The holds have been flipped as the Killjoy has been sent B for the side of Ohio University, and Shark's looking to get aggressive on A this time, but nothing's being found. Slow King holding down B by himself. He has to do something. He has those Molotovs set up in lane, and he's denying Ball State just so much space, but unfortunately he's still alone on the site here, cut off by those Grim Smokes. Clem is the first one to be taken out, actually. Shark trying to find the kill here. Jeji finding Sandwich, helping out Shark here. And Slow King, his time was coming soon. Unfortunately, he has been taken out on B site without taking anything back with him. Cilantro has Fade Ultimate, looking to pop it here, gain some info. Fade Ults trade here, backed by both sides. A few spots on each side here. And a little bit of decay set out as well. Oh, but Jeji finding the first big kill of the round, popping the KO ultimate, denying the utility usage on the side of Ball State. He pushes out, but is unfortunately killed by Ian. Shark following up, Shark and Cilantro for 1. Shark picking up his boy, and put a 3v1. Oh, but taking out again, and what a play! He's able to peek and kill both lane on that res. That res does give a sound cue, so he was just trying to time it with the when KO was standing up and before Shark could pull out his gun. Needed a little bit of an aggressive play there by Shark, and just able to transfer by Ken, saving the round and saving the match and saving the second game here for Ball State. A huge play by Taken. And Ohio University, they're back to a scrappy bye, but they still got 5 rounds to play with. They started with 8 and now they're down to 5. That's 3 rounds back for Ball State, and their economy is going to be strong here. But Ohio University, they still just need to find 1. They get 5 shots at it before they're forced to go to overtime, and they're still well within the driver's seat of being in this game.
Yeah.
So Jeji forced to peek a smoke. Not exactly where you want to be with that Marshall. Sniper rifles don't do too well when you can't see very long distances. Not finding anything. Oh, but Jeji finding one of the Carter, tagging up another player, but Ian getting the refrag there. Tree control lost for side of Ohio University, but a big kill means a rifle out of the hands of Ball State. Shark looking to gain some info, aggressively pushing a mid, but just can't land the shot. 4 shots out, but can't hit 1. Unfortunately, that player is sort of trapped in catwalk at the moment, as Shark looks to still try to control mid, even on 5 HP. Man is still a menace to society. Info being grabbed up towards Pizza here. Into market for Ball State. Looks like it might be a push coming out. Camps come from both sides. Ian finding Shark low on health and unfortunately taken out as B site goes to the control of Ball State. Ian putting out Clem, but Clem finding the double tap here. Sandwich cleaning him back up. 2v3 rifles and equipment not on the side of Ohio University here. Stinger picked up the dead body, and Slowking has found himself a Vandal. Finding one back on the Sandwich. 51 HP. He's still plenty healthy to be alive. Only helps you alive. Interesting. Anyway, lockdown coming out. Cilantro unfortunately taken out by Takan. And Ball State, they gotta push this Slow King unless they want to be detained. I believe they probably holding CT now. Slow King losing a lot of his life here to the turret. Nobody detained, and Pen Park peeking right as the Killjoy ult expires to take him out. Another round win for Ball State brings us within 4, but a buy round out for Ohio University and a tech pause being called for a side of Ball State means that we're probably going to wait a little bit to see what happens. So tech pause being an infinite long pause for the side of Ball State until we fix our tech issues. So we'll be taking a little bit of a break here in the match as we wait for that issue to resolve itself. Looks like someone's grabbing a cord. Probably headset died or mouse died, something like that.
Yeah, I think it said their mouse died.
Yeah, it looks like it. So, someone who uses their wireless mouse as well, I do enjoy it, but unfortunately it will occasionally die on you. So, okay,
Yeah.
Ball State marking the time. I don't know what that means, but they're doing what they're doing. Anyway, Jackson, what are your thoughts so far?
I'm really just wondering what we have to do to secure just one more round. We've been playing pretty well, but we really just have to figure out the sweet spot when it comes to defending this map.
Well, there still is plenty of time left here for Ohio University. I think their defensive, they've only had I think 3 rifle rounds, so to work with here while at match point. So
hopefully once
they just
we
gotta
get
find their footing back again.
Buy.
Yeah, Clem has the Astro ult available compared to Ian's just Reyna ultimate. Shark still leading the kill board, and Sancho bringing out that Odin to sort of do some spam B wall. University, they're doing good. They're flip-flopping the holds. They're putting their Killjoy back A here. So you wait for this tech pause to continue resolving itself. Yeah, just one round just needs to be found. When your back's against the wall is there to hold you, and Ball State definitely has that wall holding them. They're willing to play these aggressive sort of plays and looking sort of like they're just playing as best as they can in order to not be sent basically to the Shadow Realm at the end here of match 2. So we just have to wait to see if University can figure one round out. That's all they need is one round. And it looks like we're readying back up here. Ready is being called. Pause has been complete. The mouse is being charged, and we are looking back to start back up the game here. 12-8, as you may know. 4 rounds have been won in a row by Ball State to keep themselves in this match. It was 12-4 going into the first match point. It's 12-8 now. Rifles on both sides here. Ohio University does not have the economy on their side, but they got plenty of rounds to do it. Can they win one more and take us to map number 3? The spam coming out. Killjoy turret there to take the brunt of it. Shark taking it out on the quick speed push he likes to do so much. Clem holding the mid, doing a little jump peeking, trying to gain some info. If you don't got a Sova, you gotta do it. You gotta do it yourself. You continue to have that own spam out on B side. Nothing being gained, I believe, on side of Ohio University besides knowing that there's a Killjoy turret on B. That's about it. Alright, Clem placing down some utility, ready to back his team up at a moment's notice, at a moment's call when they need him to. Phoenix, the first one to be spotted out towards that catwalk position with the KO knife. Ball State willing to play this default, go for info, try to find someone maybe a little aggressive, but Ohio State is giving them none of that. Conservative and slow is the name of the game, and Ian opening the map up on Cilantro here. Reyna with the dismiss coming out. Unfortunately, Shark cannot find Jimmy Carter. It's 3v5 already. And Sandwich finding one on Jeji in mid. It's all falling apart on this round for Ohio University. Slow King getting flashed through the smoke, and Sandwich right out to kill him. It's Clem all alone here in the smoke outside of B. Clem against the world, and I would honestly bet on the world. Sorry, Clem, but the flash coming out and Penn Park taking Clem out. A flawless rifle round from Ball State brings us to 12-9. 5 rounds in a row means Ball State is trying to mount a comeback here, but 3 rounds still left to play. They gotta find 3, and then they gotta find 2 in OT, and Ohio University still has plenty of time left to find just 1. They're stacking mid and sending Slow King A to hold the site down by the looks of it. Maybe trying to do a little mix and match here on this match point here with just a thrifty little buy. Definitely not advantage here to win this round, but a lot to be done here. Knife destroyed. And Reyna spotted top mid with Sandwich, taking out Slow King. Shark having to look so many different directions here as Aggro's taken on that Killjoy turret. 2 members of High University tagged to half. Penn Park picking up Shark as he's still over aggressive, unfortunately. Cilantro taken out as well. Penn Park finding 2 kills here to clean up that mid push, and Spike has gone down on A. Clem with the Stinger trying to find one back. He does find Penn Park, but Jeji is smoked out of heaven here. Not too much to find. Can he find maybe a kill or two? Clem picking up the Vandal, looking to make a little bit of a push, knowing that there's a buy round coming up next. Trying to do some damage, maybe anything on the side of High University into Ball State here. Reyna utility used from the side of Astra. Jeji finding one. Clem sticking it. It would have to be a miracle, but Ken with the haunt takes out Clem. Jeji chasing after the members of Ball State, but just can't do it. Blinded out and dies to the spike, and 2 members of Ball State follow, actually. Not a huge issue, as I know their economy is pretty strong from their back-to-back round wins. 12-10 here. A rough spot for High University with I believe this might be the final attempt at a rifle round here. They had the 6 rounds so far at match point and have been unfortunately unable to pick up any of them. This is their last shot in regular time probably to win with rifles in their hands, and it's do or die. Otherwise, we might be seeing an overtime even after a strong start from a High University. Also, I may have lied about it being a defender-sided. I clearly been proven wrong by both teams, so we'll figure it out.
Oh well. Like we were saying, it was the 9-3 curse coming off to start, and we
I didn't say anything. Don't blame me. Alright, Shark with the operator. Not in Slow King's hands right now, but Shark having the ability to do so. And the lockdown coming out on A site for Killjoy. Utility being traded, and Slow King spamming out members of Ball State University here. Forced to fall back here. Getting definitely some chip damage here out of that Killjoy utility, but the spike and site will be cleared out by Ball State. Clem pushing up with his boy. Shark looking to maybe do a little flank as Ball State gets the setup and Spike goes down. A rough spot for High University as Ian takes out one onto Slow King here. Antro trying to find any information back here. Nothing to push back behind it. Haunt gonna go out here as High University looks to make a play. Clem pushing out all by himself, has that wall, but I don't think that's exactly what he's gonna be using here. A tree push being set up for High University with also 2 members going heaven. Jeji unfortunately falls to Ian here. Ian with the dismiss. Finds a third. Shark fighting one back on Ian, but it's a 4v2. Cilantro fighting one back. It's a 3v2. Oh, the killer utility on the spike as always. Just making impossible. And again, taking out Shark. 12-11 going to the last round here in regular time. This is Ohio University's last chance to put something together to take the game in regular time. Others will be going to OT. A strong showing from Ohio University at the start, and a strong showing back from Ball State, showing that they're willing to go toe-to-toe with Ohio University here. Let's see what happens. 2 rifles, a Bulldog, well, the 3rd rifle, I guess. 2 Vandals, a Bulldog, a Guardian, and a Spectre is the scraps together by for Ohio University here in this final round to not go to OT and to take the win. Shark still trying to get aggressive here. Pushing the smoke, backed up by Astra. He sees one to the left. Oh, that's a bike. Never mind. I'm trolling. Don't talk to me. That's a bike, guys. That's not a player. I need some sleep. And anyway, yeah, Shark set up on A site means that this frees up a lot of rotations coming out from High University here. Shark realizing that no one's coming A, is willing to back off and start the rotate towards B. Killjoy turret set up in lane here. Astra Wall coming out to deny space. So King, in the position you want to see a KJ in. The question is, will the entire team start a Caterpillar through lane here? I don't believe that's going to be the case, as Asherwell is kind of dissuading them from that play. Shark may regret giving up so much space on A here, as nothing is being spotted towards mid. Shark forced to play passive and Garden as a Reyna flash is spotted. This will alert the High University side to start the rotate. The rotate's going to come out quickly now, but it's still 5v5. But actually, there's one spotted on B. Ball State's split across the map here. They're kind of just everywhere at once.
Yeah.
Everything everywhere all at once on a bagel, one might say. Great movie, by the way. You should watch it. Clem and Slow King alone on B. Fade ult coming out. Slow King. Oh, spammed out Comes spanned out, and Slowking gets one back. If the Fade ult being traded back, a little bit hectic round here. Jetty and Shark picking up one. 3v2. Jetty finding a second one. All down to Ian on the Reyna. Ian finding one. 10 seconds on the clock. 10 seconds on the clock. Oh, 8 seconds on the clock. Jetty stuck in back of sight. Has to take this 1v1. But denied the plant. What can he do? 3 seconds. And he gets the one tap! Oh.
There we go.
And the game is saved by Ohio University 13-11. It was looking close there for a second. I may have sweated a little bit, but Ohio University pulls it out at the very end.
Oh yeah, my pits are definitely sweaty after that one.
Hey, Ohio University just needed a little bit of extra aim training, so they let the map go on a little longer. It wasn't because we were ending the rounds, because we were just letting them have it. You know, we just need a little bit more. We just need a little bit more practice. Why not?
We're just getting extra warm for map 3 here.
We sure do.
Yep.
13-11. Shark topping leaderboard, followed once again by Ian from Ball State. Are we DF or ATK? Oh, defender attack. Okay, so it looks like the players will be resetting here to go into the next map. And until then, we're going to take a break. The teams are going to take a break. Thank you for sitting with us through that 49-minute game. A tug of war from both sides, giving it their best. Jackson, anything to say before we head off?
I think that's pretty much it.
All right,
Ready for game 3?
Yeah, we sure will. See you all in a bit.
There's no one, 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 show. There's no one, there's no one, there's no one, there's no one,
Welcome back, gamers. It's time for our third map and third match here to close out this series. Here in the Ohio University Esports Center, I am once again joined by Jackson as we head to Bind.
Oh yeah, it's an exciting map here.
It is the deciding map indeed. We saw Ohio University play this map on Tuesday, and it went pretty well for us, dare I say.
Oh yeah.
You'll be once again seeing Shark pulling out the Rays, a staple in Bind play. Clem on the Brimstone here, bringing the smokes. Slowking back on his trademark chamber, one might say. Trademark, that's a funny joke. Jeji on the Sky, and Cilantro on the Viper. Very typical of a high university, very practiced comp from them, and I expect to see some very practiced takes.
Yeah, hopefully we can pull out a quick win here. Call it a night.
Sure thing, we'll see what will happen. Ball State yet to reveal their composition to us as we once again tick slowly into the game. I actually didn't get a good look at what side Ohio University will be on here, whether they're attacking or defending, starting us off. So we'll have to see that here very shortly, but it's a very traditional comp. Shark playing the Rays very well to his ability from what I know.
Yeah.
And then all the other characters very much on comfort characters. Jeji pulling out the Sky after the Sky buffs, I believe 1 to 2 patches ago. That has been sort of is what we've seen a lot of on Bind. Making her flashes invulnerable definitely has brought her up in the playability sense.
Yeah, Jeji's definitely been loving the Sky a lot recently. So
He sure has. As we head into Bind here, as the clock for Hero Select expires, we are just waiting for the game to roll us on in. All right, we're going to see a good look on the defensive side here for Ball State. To Ken on the Astra. Ian back on the Reyna. Jimmy Carter back on his Sage. Sandwich back on the Phoenix once again, and Penn Park back on the Fade. And Astra, sort of brand new here for the side of Ball State. Phoenix and Reyna once again making their very rare appearances. And then just the very traditional standard Penn Park back on his Fade we saw last match, and Jimmy Carter back on the Sage we saw back in map 1. Jackson, do you have any thoughts on these compositions coming out from both sides?
to be honest, no.
No?
I don't know. I'm not really too big on understanding all the player character compositions. I just shoot the weapon, hope for the head.
All right, Jackson, sounds like you are a fragger. But going on from that, Cilantro is going to be placing this AWOL a lot, from what I understand. Sort of denying vision and sort of also being able to gain easy access to the U-Haul area on A site. And Shark, the aforementioned fragger for the side of Ohio University, playing the duelist here on Rays to the 2 duelists on the side of Ball State. Jimmy Carter opening it up onto Shark here, trying to break down that B wall, but he just caught out. A little bit of a grim wall coming out. I believe that's sort of what we're seeing a lot from former President Jimmy Carter here. I'm sure that's actually him and not just some college student named Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what else are you going to do when you're ex-president? I don't know. Go pro in Valorant, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah.
University has to find something back here. A little bit of a push from Cilantro into Showers here to try to gain some info back. Joined by Clem, ready to refrag him at a moment's notice. And a split take here on B. Ohio University is looking for any info they can gain. They see the Fade Hunt come out on A. And Phoenix has been spotted in Showers, but no kill has been picked up. Clem going for the pick. Oh, but it's a crossfire. And Sandwich picks him up. And unfortunately, Cilantro just not able to catch Phoenix, who's just unwilling to peek him. Cilantro on the run. 3 kills. Slow King finds one on B. Big kill here. Ian taking out Slow King and getting the heal back means that he will have essentially full armor here. It's a 3v2 and a disadvantageous position for Ohio University. It's an expect rotate, but Jeji with the big heal back onto Ian finds the headshot. 2v2. The big fragger for the side of Ball State has been taken out. Cilantro getting the plant down, has double Viper Snakebite Molotovs here, so he'll be able to set himself up to prevent retakes and the post plant here. Jeji holding one side and backed up by his boy Cilantro, setting up. Where does he set up the Skydog to get some info? Alright, Fade has started the fuse, and the peek out here from Jeji finds one, unable to land a shot. Cilantro picks it up.
Wow.
The first round goes to the side of Ohio University.
That was really great position there from Ohio.
It sure was. Some big frags coming out from Jeji for 2, especially the one on Ian, who was the Reyna with the high health bar. Cilantro assisting him in that. Slowking finding the kill to open up the B side as well.
Yeah.
Great team play from the side of High University and great post-plant setup from the side of Jeji and Cilantro to work together with that Sky and that Viper utility to shut Ball State out of the first round. Meaning they'll go into this round here with Spectres. A much better buy, as I like to remind everyone of. And Clem taking out Sandwich on an early push here. That Viper wall buying so much space for High University to push up here. And Penn Park not finding the kill, and Takana also taken out. That looks like double hold U-Haul just didn't work out for Ball State. It's very typical for players willing to gamble when they have the worst guns, essentially. And it just doesn't work out this time, unfortunately. But a good try, and definitely a good play here for Ball State. Cilantro getting on Jimmy Carter, and the last player has been out from Ball State. Raze naded out, and Slowking looking to teleport. Potentially? Nope, never mind. He's just going to hold back. I think High University just wants to play this safe and secure. Reyna can't possibly pick up a gun on the ground that doesn't exist. Just clearing out their corner. Shark waiting to see if Ian's going to get a little aggressive here. Not much as moves can come out. Jeji might throw himself into teleporter. Try to find a little frag of sorts, but Shark taking Ian out. And the flawless second round for High University, keeping 5 Spectres going into this bonus round here, means that they'll have a good shot, but not advantage per se, into this bonus round here.
Yeah, and I gotta say, if we look back to the beginning of the season, our pistol rounds have improved so much. I don't even remember when we've lost a pistol round last.
I think we lost one in the Icebox, but we weren't here for that, so it just
I don't remember
didn't happen.
So it doesn't count.
It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, pistol round is very important as it sets you up for 2 and almost a half round if you want to count that 4th round sort of as a sort of advantageous buy position. So yeah, pistol round is very important to get, and High University fast onto A here. I like what they're doing. They have the Spectres and the worst guns, but they can take these close angle fights and try to find something. But Ball State is giving them the space that they deserve. And Penn Park finding one back in Slowking, and Cilantro finding one in Ian. I'm bringing it down to 3, and another player spotted towards Showers here. We snake bited out of that angle, and Jeji picks up the kill in Penn Park. Rifles are going to start to be recovered here as we see Jeji picking up a Phantom. Cilantro has that hold out of snake bites, unfortunately, for the post plant, but it was definitely worth it to use it to get that fade out of the Showers position here. It's a 3v2. Phantom picked up, and I believe that is a Vandal inside of Clem, so rifles have been picked up, and the round has been swung back to Henry's, but Clem caught in the cold and caught in the fire. Through the fire and flames, he will not carry on to see the rest of this round. Cilantro with the Spectre holding the outtake of U-Haul here. The fuse coming out, but Jimmy Carter not expecting the peek out there. The Phoenix ult still ticking means he can't really defuse because he'll be forced to go back to his original position. Gigi waiting for the sound cue, not going to get it.
Nice.
The 3rd round, the bonus round for High University, goes their way. 1 rifle saved on the side of Ball State by Sandwich, and Jeji picking up a Phantom and taking it with him. A huge round win and a big boon for the Ohio University economy here. Sandwich is going to be able to carry that rifle, and it probably is either going to be a scrappy buy or a save here from the side of Ball State.
Yeah, that is really huge for us, especially since that was the bonus round, like we said. I think it will probably give us the weapon advantage and overall economy advantage for the next couple rounds here. So, looking good for the first half so far.
I totally agree. Ohio University was able to buy even if they lost that round, and winning the round means they will still have to buy up 4 rifles because of the 4 deaths, but that's not a huge issue because Ball State cannot buy back. And Jeji finding one on Ian. I believe I heard the sounds of a frenzy from Ian, so that means that Ball State's definitely on a weaker buy. So looking like this what a headshot from Shark.
God.
Catching out Jimmy Carter. I think he was going for like a cheeky wall there, and I think he was stuck in where that Raze nade landed. Whether Shark meant to place it there or not, it works out either way. I'm going to give it to him and say that he meant to do that. And good for him, honestly. He gets the kill. It just works. Jeji pushing up here with his boy Clem. TP's coming out means that there's a player, there's a fade trapped in there. And Cilantro killing the utility for Shark so he can get ready to peek that angle, but Ball State's not willing to give it to them yet, and they're willing to let him have that teleporter. You can stay in there. We're going to put our boy Slow King, big forehead, big brain, big plays, up in the defender side spawn here. I'm going to take him out to cannon with the Frenzy. 4v3. Rifles advantage here for side of Ohio University, and one to be picked up on the side of Ball State. Viper Pit sent out to sort of help secure this round. Shark, watching the flank here, has to fight the fade that went through the teleporter earlier to Cannon. What can he create a big flank here? Unfortunately, Shark unable to have a player watch his U-Haul really, but he's still able to take out Penn Park. And there's the push out of U-Haul from Sandwich. Sandwich coming out, cannot get the kill. 26 HP on the side of Shark. 4v1, all down to the Astra here. Not a great spot. And Clem bringing it to 5-0. One person lost inside of Ohio University. No big sweat. Just buy him up and we go again. Jeji even hitting the money cap here.
Wow.
Jeji has not died this game actually. That probably explains why he's at the money cap. Yeah, 8,500 and we've gone down to 5,600 so that Ohio University can pad their wallets a little more. They are bankrolled up and ready to roll as Ball State has to scrap together some rifles and some armor here to give it a shot. But they can't win just one. They have to win 2 or 3 in order to get back into this game.
Yeah, Jeji's really unkillable. If I remember correctly, in one of the last games, Tuesday, he went like 9 or so rounds without dying.
Wow. Oh, wow. So Ball State was willing to commit 2-player showers, and it just does not work out for them. This pistol round has turned into such a huge tempo advantage and economy advantage for Ohio University. And Ball State looks like they're kind of lost on this map almost. Like they're forcing this weird play showers into a very important rifle round, and it just doesn't work out for them. Shark looking to clear his corners. As you know, there's a Kiki Sage player who likes to do some fancy wall shenanigans. There's the Sage wall. I don't think he's going to be standing on it today, but Shark is willing to take that out before it can fully complete. Clem playing far back, probably looking to do a little bit of retake protection action. So King getting the triple onto Ken here. Shark watched his friend die and is now itching for revenge. Can't hit the headshot unfortunately and is forced to run away. So King has the setups on a site. He has led the way for his team to come back in with, and Ohio University will be getting the plant down on a site uncontested. 4 players to 2 ultimates on the side of Ohio University with that Brimstone ultimate, if necessary, to help secure the round. Jeji, using the birds to gain some information. What you have to keep in mind is that even if he slightly flashes you, he will get a notification that someone's been spotted. Clem, stopping Jimmy Carter from an aggressive push out of heaven through the smoke, and Shark picking up Sandwich to close the round. Another clean, only 1 dead on the side of Ohio University round, and that brings us to 5-0. And that's the first time out of this series. Ball State, 5 rounds down, pistol into 4 straight losses for Ball State means that they got to regroup and they got to figure something out.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them, gotta say. With all this economy stacking up for us, it'll be pretty tough coming off, especially like a 5-0.
Yeah, one thing I like to talk about is tempo. Tempo can be a mental game, but it also can be an economy game. And seeing such a strong economy on the side of Ohio University, winning these back-to-back rounds, and even taking that bonus means that we're setting ourselves up to continue playing these rounds. And even if we lose a round, we'll still have that economy to back us up. If we lose a round and lose all our rifles, we can just buy it again. And Ball State is going to struggle even if they lose one. Like 3,100 is not going to buy them anything, and that's going to be real rough on the side of them. Really quiet on the side of Ball State from the big fraggers like Sandwich and Ian as this timeout finishes up. Ball State looking to reset and try to figure something out. They had a really weird showers play last round on a very pivotal rifle round, and they just couldn't get it done. Ohio University was ready, and they were willing to frag and take the fights.
Yeah. The timeout is also a bit of a mental reset for both sides, so hopefully we can keep up the tempo, like we said, keep it rolling.
Yeah. I'm gonna say if someone is hungry, the best way to get at them is to starve them, and they're sort of like starving Ohio University and killing them for a whole minute. Ohio University, they're hungry and they want this win. They think Icebox was a fluke, and the double push out of the teleporters catches a few members of Ohio University off guard. But after the dust settles, it is 2 players to 1. 3 guns are down inside of Ohio University. It will not matter if they get the round win after all. Penn is stuck in that corner, and Shark cleans him up. A great save play coming up from Ball State to pick up 3. A little bit of an unexpected flank and causing some chaos finally gives Jeji his first death. But if we look at the money on the side of Ohio University, it's basically untouched.
Yeah.
Lowest player being Slowking at 3,700, and Cilantro still having an 8,600 bankroll. Probably gonna end up buying a Slowking here just to make sure that the wallets are padded.
It looks like Slowking actually using his ult this round, so he won't be spending at all.
Dang.
Which will definitely be good for Econ there.
University will be Scrooge McDucking it, as some might say.
Oh yeah.
Diving into a pit full of gold. Ian's been spotted on A by the Quick Sky Ultimate. University has to be careful not to get too ambitious here. They can't play recklessly. They still have to respect their opponents. They had one very not close match in Icebox, one extremely close match last round. It's not looking as close so far, but they have to keep giving the respect to their opponents. And they're doing that great. They're not over-eager, they're not ego-fragging, and they're willing to play these really slow rounds even though they have such a massive advantage in this game.
Yeah.
One spotted Heaven here. But this Viper roll just shuts off such a great angle from Ball State. And U-Haul being cleared out means that there's so much space being bought by this utility. Shark running with his RPG onto site. Cilantro taking out Ian. Shark gonna find Penn Park. I don't even know if we saw him. I think he might have just launched it. Jimmy Carter picking his friend back up. I believe that's a res towards CT. Yeah. The Fatal is gonna find no reprieve for the side of Ball State. It's a 4v5. Advantage to High University. Post-plant scenario. Astral cutting out, denying Chamber his vision, but Slowking still finds one, unable to find two. 2 kills back. Shark stuck in U-Haul, finds one into Jimmy Carter here. Former President of the United States not finding a kill there. A kill that Ball State desperately needed. Clem still holding U-Haul. Shark in a wacky spot. Penn Park pushing out, but picked up by the crossfire. Jeji. 7 straight rounds beside Ohio University. The timeout doing nothing for Ball State, and Ohio University continues to roll. I think we've seen this a lot, like this kind of year, is that we'll see a very close first map, very close second map. You get to the third map, everything just falls apart for the other team, and Ohio University starts Ohio University's like, yeah, guys, we gotta go to bed. I have homework due in the morning.
Yeah.
Can we please finish it up? And they just right through them. I think our boy Shark's even got to drive back to Lancaster. So come on guys, let's get it going. We got things to do tomorrow. Come on, we're still students. Yeah. Oh, Clem.
Ooh, early kill there.
Jimmy Carter not able to do it. Shark pushing aggressively in. He smells blood in the water. And the B-side's just Shark finding one on the sandwich all by himself. You cannot run, you cannot hide. Shark is there to find you. Jeji pushing through the smoke here. Skyflash is finding nothing, but still good enough to get there. So much space available beside of Ohio University. Ball State's disadvantage in every way. Teleport desperation coming out. But Viper still holds strong in hookah at this moment. Slowking fighting one to Penn Park. 5v2. Shark's hungry. He can find one back in Cilantro, but so much util is thrown at that position that there's no chance for even a single push to come out of there. I think that'll be curtains on this round as well. It went from 1, it went to 5, it went to a timeout, and now we're at 8-0. Both players,
both die.
I think they were dying just so they got their income, because I think if you don't die, you don't get the income for that round. So if they're unable to recover that round in hookah, then they have to die to the spike in order to get the income enough to buy rifles for this round. So smart little heads up play there for Ball State.
I did not know that.
And also not fighting would also deny ultimate orbs from the other team, and dying would give you one as well. So basically they were essentially just denying 2 ultimate orbs from Ohio University without having to take a risky fight, because even if you get a kill on Ohio University, it's not going to break their economy. You have to string rounds together, but it's not your luck you can string anything together. Only 4 rounds left to play on this first half, and not a single round picked up yet for Ball State.
Yeah.
Clem and Shark pushing this stage wall. We've seen almost every round in hookah, denying so much space, but Shark really doesn't care. He's spamming the wall and looking up to make sure that there's no cheeky push out here from Jimmy Carter. Very default take here. Viper wall set up once again on A. Slowking left to his own devices here on A. Flash from both sides. Everyone's blind. Oh, we can't see anything. Cilantro taken out by Sandwich. A great opener here, forcing Jeji on the retreat. a disadvantageous spot for High University. Down a player into a rifle round here. Can Ball State pull something back, or is High University just going to continue being the better team? We'll have to see. Ball State setting themselves up for success. Taking up Viper means this wall on A is now completely useless. A lot of utility gone. Slowking looking for the trade back. Astrostar sit on that position that he wants to peek through, though, so he has to be very careful. Clem finding the peek on Ian, but not finding the kill. Utility traded on the side of A. Teleport away as the B take comes out. Shark, aggressive, taking the fight. No kill from either side. Shark's out onto the B site. He's hungry, but Jeji gets the kill. Jimmy Carter takes out Shark. Jeji's going to be able to get the spike now with 10 seconds left on the clock. No! Oh, but the collat! 5 seconds on the clock. Someone has to plant the spike or the round's going to go to Ball State. Clem putting the spike down. Teleport through hookah. Clem's in a rough spot, but he gets the spike down right before time expires. Slow King. Clem stuck in a bad spot to Ken, taking him out all down to Slow King. The massive forehead. Can he get the massive clutch up here? The operator. The threat to be sure. Misses a shot on the haunt. Spotted out. Penn Park takes him out. And that is the first round back on the side of Ball State. A scrappy sort of round here and a team ace coming out. All members of Ball State contributing to this round. Yeah. It was rough, it was hard, but Ball State got one back, bringing us to 8-1. But the economy, the gross domestic profit from a high university might be better than the American military. The budget's great, guys.
Yeah.
Cilantro looking a little low on money, but even if this round is lost, that'll mean they're still going to go into their 10th round with, their 11th round with some rifles. Ball State, some of them will not be able to buy armor, or might even have to give up some utility. So High University definitely favored just because of their really strong economy. Shark left to his own devices on B with the 4-man stack A. Shark loves fighting Jimmy Carter up here in this B's positions, as Ian is spotted taking the aggressive angle on Showers. Both teams have this sort of ability that even when behind, they're willing to take these aggressive peaks and these aggressive angles. And I like to see that. I like to see that from players that even though they're falling behind and things might not be working out, they're willing to get aggressive, they're willing to change things up, and they're not going to play passive and just essentially fade softly into the night.
Totally.
As we see here. Flash is coming out, clearing these angles, knowing Ian was just there, but he's definitely been cleared out by that Molotov and that Sky Flash. Pushing up, spamming through the smoke, making sure everything is clear. All members of High University have transitioned to this A side. Oh, to Ken, finding two before he's taken out by the Brimstone ultimate. Unwilling to push forward and unfortunately dying to Brimstone ultimate. He could have maybe avoided. I don't know if he was lit there or anything, but he just wasn't willing to push forward outside the Brim ultimate. The Brim will be able to get one back, but High University down 3 ultimates and 1 player to the side of Ball State, and only 30 seconds on the clock. Pushing forward. He has the smokes. It's up to him and the Sky here. Oh, but he finds one. Clem evening up the round, putting down some smokes. Pushing out onto A side. Here comes our University. 15 seconds left on the clock. Plant's going down. So King, unable to reset his teleporters at this moment in time, so he's sort of more of a CSGO player than really a chamber player at this moment in time. Maybe watching U-Haul. Hearing some noise, flashing out. Oh, Clem, the teamwork makes the dream work. Jeji finding the ultimate down. Oh, but Phoenix forced to return. Leaves Slow King to 1v1 here. Slow King. He's going behind. Is he trying to knife for revenge here? Or I think he's trying to move just quietly here, but Slow King. He has the flank, but the flank goes down, but Jimmy Carter cannot get it. Slow King.
Slow King. Slow King says it's time for re-election, baby. And I'm winning this time.
He's winning this time. All right, Jimmy Carter has lost the election as Slow King is taking him out. Please do not send the FBI to High University. We were doing just fine. It's just a game of Valorant, we swear. Anyway, Jimmy Carter actually leading the leaderboard here, and Ian, not the force that he was on maps 1 and 2. The bottom of the leaderboard, he needs to show up if Ball State wants to win this map. But so far, it's looking dire. A really rough buy is going to have to probably come out here for Ball State, or even a save as we go 9-1 into round 11 at High University. So far ahead in this map, and they still have 2 rounds left to play on this half. The story has been the economy, the story has been tempo, and the story has been utter domination on the side of a High University. Pushing out quickly, Phoenix Flash coming out, but with the quick flick of her wrist, dodges it and then gets the kill back. A sight Clean take by Clem. Jimmy Carter burning to death. A sad, sad fate here for this man. Cilantro, Viper's Pit used here to secure this 11th round. 3 ultimates on the side of Ball State means if they can combo something together, maybe there's a shot. It's going to be hard though. They're going to have to find Cilantro, and they're going to have to find the rest of this team as well. Clem getting into Hookah. Penn Park picking up Shark with the classic, but getting it back. Jeji getting 1, but being forced to retreat. Clem picking up to Ken. It's all down to this Reina now. Clem with the 4.
Clem
Denies entry by Ball State's remaining members to the site. And it's just a disaster on the side of Ball State. Call me the 2008 housing crisis because this is an absolute collapse from Ball State University. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, man. I got jokes, I guess. Who doesn't love humor? All right. Rounds 12, speaking of economies, is the opposite of the 2008 housing crisis on the side of Ohio University.
Oh, yeah.
We got so much money, man. Those mortgage-backed securities after. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah, I'm just talking nonsense real quick, but it's fine. We're going to round 12. Ohio University is absolutely dominating the competition.
Now that we have 10 wins under the belt here for the first half, it means we will not be seeing a 9-3 curse here. So that's good at least.
Alright, yep. Ohio University looking to do their clean takes still onto B side. No overaggression, but Jeji does die alone on D long, so I was wrong. A little bit of overaggression maybe.
Mm-hmm.
No teammate to back him up there. All by his lonesome and just didn't get the kill. But the Brimstone ultimate here to clear out once again. The Fade ult being traded back from Showers, making Slow King second guess himself on this take. The Fade utility does not track him down though, but no aggressive peek from the Showers player means that Ohio University still has some work to do. Slow King taking out Penn Park on the push, making it back to 4-4. The body will be unresable by the Sage here since it is Showers, and Ball State has almost no control for that side. Ian taking out Slow King, unable to find the kill with his Chamber ultimate here. Reina and Astro Wall has been popped.
Oh.
Astro Wall. Clem cannot find the transfer, and unfortunately this 12th round here will go to the way of Ball State.
And a really unlucky position there. I think they all just lined up for that Phoenix to shoot him in a row.
Yeah, an unfortunate loss here for Ohio University. The 9-3 curse has been avoided. 10-2 and 9-3 are two very different numbers, by the way. That's how math works, I'm sure. Ohio University only needs to pull 3 rounds out here on this side. And we're seeing how strong the pistol rounds have been since I believe only the first pistol round on Icebox was lost by them. That means they're 4-1 on the day in pistol rounds, and if they continue that trend and go 5-1 here, I think we'll be seeing a really close and quick defender side. This pistol round is pivotal to the strategy of Ball State to come back into this game.
Yeah.
And Ohio University will show them no mercy when it comes to it.
Not at all.
Also, this isn't Overwatch, so I guess you can't pick mercy anyway, so I mean, what can you really do?
I don't know.
Shark says, I'm already raised, and is looking to go aggressive here early. A very typical Shark play. We see a teleport here through something that Slow King loves to do. But unfortunately, 2 dead, and Cilantro's left alone on this B site. He does have the Viper Wall, but it's slowly draining away. He only has so much time. Oh, but the double teleport to try to bring the round back. They do find 1, but that's 2 players trapped with teleporter. If the door were to open and that Astro was to, like, essentially use any of her utility, like a concuss or something, it could have spelled disaster. University, they've gotten out, but the pull here, is it going to find anything? It's not. It's just going to deny the Boombot the ability to get out the door. Poor guy. Anyway, concussion set out. The Boombot eventually finds its way out the door and does end up actually going off on somebody. Alright, the wall is denying Havers from exiting this teleporter. Someone please send help. We have 2 members stuck inside of a teleporter room and there's nobody here. They've gone to A side, I believe, and Cilantro is already on the rotate.
Yeah, and there's the plant, as we can hear.
Plant is going down. Man advantage here for side of Ball State. The pistol round, pivotal to any chance at a comeback here. Clem on the flank, looking for something. No sentinel still from the side of Ball State. not willing to play that kind of game plan means that they'll still have to commit a member to watch this flank. Jimmy Carter finding one on Shark. Cilantro all alone on this push from CT spawn. Unfortunately, stuck in a crossfire. Clem, his position known. 1v2 finds the finishing bullet onto Jimmy Carter. That shouldn't say that. Anyway, Clem pushing up, peeking showers here. Unfortunately, he's just not in a great position to do anything this round. He can try to go for defuse, but both members from Ball State are watching. The pistol round picked up from the side of Ball State. It's a start to maybe something, but Ohio University still has plenty of time to work with. We saw this in the second map. Ball State was willing to pull something back on attacker side. Can they do it again, or will Ohio University shut them out when it comes to probably the next round? We probably won't see too much having this round. It's gonna be pretty hard for Ohio University to get kills, especially if such. Ooh, we got 2 shorties coming out, 2 shorties in a frenzy, but still, it'd be really tough for Ohio University to get any kills here on the side. A 4 stack onto B. Something I really like to see is players willing to commit to one side of the map when they have the utility. Like I said, a gamble on a save round is a good strategy to have. Sandwich finds Slow King with the Vandal on B long, and Shark hasn't spotted out here. The question is, though, will they clear Jeji on the way in? Shark has everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him, and they don't clear him! Jeji, with the shorty, puts the spike down right in front of Ohio University. I believe it's been recovered. Just Jeji not having the ability to push out through that sage slow. And Ball State is running for the hills, and by the hills I do mean a site. A Stinger picked up, and Taken finding Jeji means that the man advantage goes back to the way of Ball State, and Clem is not going to find too much as he is just wielding a shorty. And you don't want to be holding a shorty when they got anything else at long range, so pretty rough spot for him. See if he can do anything with it. Cilantro finding 2 people. With the classic, it's kind of hard to kill one, so I can say he's doing well. Yeah, Clem's being watched by the sage here. He's going to have to die in this round in order to, I believe, I think the economy debuff is actually only on the attacker side, but he's going to give it a shot anyway. Cleaned up by Sandwich. Only 1 kill on the side of Ohio University to the side of Ball State, but a kill is a kill. As we go into round 15 here. The first attempt at a buy round for Ohio University. I believe we'll be seeing rifles picked up. Cilantro back to his B side hold, something we see him do a lot, and we see him doing well. The players have informed me that they actually do watch the broadcast afterwards, so I cannot afford to badmouth them, otherwise I will be fired. Guys, it's all for the content, I swear.
Yeah.
Anyway, the round is opening up here. Skyflash going to gain some information, and Smoke popped. A little bit of good teamwork to help secure that Sky orb. Getting a Sky ult available for a retake is going to be very pivotal for any sort of plays that RSC might need if they're willing to give up a site and sort of just do a retake. Something that we see teams very typically do if they're, of course, well coordinated and good like our team is. Santro going for a little bit of a jump peek. It's pretty much impossible to hit that shot, and Shark's doing it too as well. You have to be cracked out of your mind in order to hit that shot, and it's a pretty easy peek here. Taking out Sandwich with the Phoenix Salt, denied entry. I don't think he was lit up at all. Ian finding one on the Shark, and unfortunately Clem unable to land the shots in the Penn Park here, leaving Ohio University in a disadvantageous position. Locked out of the site. What can they do to sort of try to bring it back here? Cilantro with his buddy here. The Sage Dog going out, trying to find anybody. I don't believe it's found too much, maybe a little bit of info before being shot down. 1 player spotted Bath. Sandro snake biting that spot out. The spike is in a very open position, but I have no doubt that Ball State has a retake planned in mind. Slow King taking out Ian. Skyflash going out towards Showers. Okay, denying space. Oh, but Sandro finds the
gets
spray.
1 blind.
Sandro finds 2!
Oh my god.
Jimmy Carter finds him back. Oh, Jeji forced to stick it here and just doesn't have the ability to do so. Jimmy Carter, former president of the United States, takes him out. I need to stop using that bit, but it's okay. 10-5 on the side of Ohio University still, but they're forced to do a light buy here. No economy on their side today. 10-5 as we go into round 16. Ohio University not looking great with the guns they have available to them.
No, it was the right mindset there, but really just couldn't execute it
That's a little bit unfortunate.
as we hoped. Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. There's still plenty of rounds to play. Flash coming out. Cilantro peeking out. Unfortunately, the blind did not hit the entire enemy team. Slowking doing his little teleport shenanigans through the teleporter itself. It's a teleport, we might say. 2 on the flank here, as Slowking's going back to do the normal retake on B, as the 2 times University. Yeah, no Sentinels, so that's gonna happen to you, buddy. Evening it up a little bit here, 3 to 4, and definitely picking up a gun as well. Slowking finding the tag, but no kill. Wall has been built on the side of Ball State, denying access to this drop area outside of Hookah, as Clem and Shark are hucking everything they got to try to make some space, but the Astro will be quick to close that one down. Ball State.
Ooh,
oh, Jimmy Carter.
Shark.
He was lurking, but it ain't happening. Shark smells you, man.
Always does.
I gotta take a shower. Shark will smell blood, and Shark will smell gamers. Anyway, Shark dropping out. Pen Park unable to get the kill. Ian. Unfortunately, Shark caught with the nade out a little bit. Can't get the gun back out in time. He had to give it a go, and he did as best as he could. But unfortunately, 3 dead on the side of Ball State does not mean a round win for High University. As we go into round 17, a buy up again for High University. Huge pivotal buy round here. If they don't win this buy round, it's getting closer and closer and closer to Ball State starting to mount a comeback here. And Ball State is using another tech pause to pee. Guys, we had a whole break for this, and you're gonna do it now? Alright. Well, we're back on the desk here. I'm here with Jackson and this fake pumpkin. Jackson, what are your thoughts on this match so far?
Really a bladder diff on the side of Ohio University here, as we can see.
Yeah, a little bit of bladder diff might mean that a tech pause might really just turn into a strategic pause for both sides here. Ball State marking the time. I'm not a professional Valorant player, so I have no idea what that means, but we're chilling. So, so Ball State taking a little time out to pee. High University not moving. I don't believe you can move too much when it comes to these timeouts. I believe that is sort of like the rules of the game per se. I see someone wiggling over there on B site, but they're not doing too much. Looking, hopping around now. He's off on his little adventure.
Yeah. I really think we're kind of struggling to find our footing here on the defending side. So maybe we just have to figure out a good game plan and try to predict what Ball State's trying to do.
I'm starting to be convinced that every map is attacker-sided between these two teams, and I think that's what we've been seeing a lot of.
Yeah, it really has.
Attacking has been the name of the game for all these maps. We saw Ball State with a really strong initial attacker side on Icebox, really bringing the map to a close early at the 13-5. High University having a strong attacker side, and the Ball State trading right back at it with them, bringing a really close 13-11 that High University struggled to close out a little bit, but eventually got there in the last final round of regular time. Yeah. And now we're here again as we saw Ohio State completely dominate the attacker side 10-2. However, we've gone into the Ball State's turn to be attackers, and they've 4-0'd them right on back. So, as we wait for this P pause to finish up, players hopping around doing a little bit of parkour in the server at the moment. Just, staying loose, staying warm.
Yeah.
As we, I think this is a little bit of a timeout pause. Players racking their brains. Maybe the massive foreheads are going to come out today. Players using all the remaining brain cells after having to do homework to figure something out, how to play this map, how to finish out these rounds here.
Yeah. And I guess while we're taking this break, a couple of quick reminders. Overwatch 2 tryouts. They're coming up soon, so make sure you're signed up for that.
Yeah, they made a second version of Overwatch? That's crazy.
Yeah. The first one was so good they had to make another.
They sure did. You can say that again. Besides that, League of Legends is still practicing up. The varsity team, from what I've heard, has been going great. Players are doing very well. Besides that, I think we have that. I'm unaware of how the Hearthstone team is forming at the moment. Rocket League finished up their season yesterday. And besides that, we still have Valorant. I believe there's 1 week left after this, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not
2 weeks.
Super keen on this. Okay, 2 weeks left. Like we said earlier in this broadcast, it has been a long broadcast, almost running on 3 hours at this point.
Yeah, wow.
I am talking my absolute head off. But besides that, so Valorant still has 2 weeks left to go. This is a makeup match from earlier in the season. I know our Rocket League team faced them very early on, and unfortunately they did take an L, but they finished their the season on an overtime win yesterday, taking the series 5-2 in the very end. As we look to finish up this tactical timeout in order to go pee. So I guess pick my seat, get feel. Thank you, Ian. maybe Ian, a full bladder wasn't just fragging well, but we'll see. Cilantro holding down the B site. Slow King looking with an operator now. Looking to get a little bit aggressive. Spam coming out from the side of Ball State. Slow King ready to answer them back as soon as he gets a chance. But he's flashed out and forced out of his position. Good clears from Ball State here. The rotation coming out from Shark. Swimming his way over to B through the dry desert landscape that is this map. Chamber Trap watching A as Shark and said Chamber Slow King head their way back to A. Viper will set up to buy a little bit of time as Jeji and Jeji is forced to take a little more of a passive position as the players have been shifted to a different site. Obviously trying to get the read, trying to get the advantage here. They do have a Chamber Trap watching any potential A takes. And 2 players able to watch that. I believe we're still jump peeking Hookah at the moment. Jeji not finding anything with the Sky Flash here. A really slow and methodical round. Fade Alt pops inside of A, will find absolutely nobody. Slow King smoked out of his position. Looks to find a peek, but can't find anything. Tagged out down to 60. Clem holding showers. Finds one, gets traded back. 4v4. Spike going down. Shark. No utility on the site. Slow King. Operator in hand. Smoked out still. Shark. Pushing in. Will find the kill. Ian will find the kill and be able to back off with the rain to dismiss. Cilantro finds Penn Park though. Ian still a threat on the side. Cilantro. Carter going for a resin sandwich here. Snakebite coming out into showers here. The crossfire from Ball State is tremendous, and Ohio University is absolutely shut out of the site. That is a great hold from Ball State, setting up refrags, setting up crossfires. Almost no room to play there for Ohio University, unfortunately. Fade Alt buying so much space, and then coming right on back with a really, really strong hold inside of Ball State. Absolutely choking Ohio University out of that site. Will unfortunately bring it to 10-7 if you're a Ohio University fan. I sure hope I'm not saying Ohio State too much. That's okay. I may have let it slip a few times. That's
fine.
Okay. We're better than them anyway.
Oh yeah.
A light buy coming out here for Ohio University with the strong economy on the side of Ball State. Not going to make any housing crisis jokes here. We're just simply going to play the game. Shark. Left alone and short with the Chamber Trap to support him. Unfortunately, it doesn't do him much damage, so he's kind of all by himself, but that's okay. So I'm securing the orb over in showers. Jeji looking for any aggression on B. Trying to find a nice cheeky headshot, and Shark doing the same. Not much found. Another strategical round coming out for Ball State. Ohio University willing to give them the space, but Ball State probably not has found much either. Shark holding a close-ish angle here, knowing that Fatal is down, leaves him a lot more room to play. Slow King throwing up sort of a mini crossfire here between U-Haul and the crates. Jeji still holding that B position, has not moved a single inch besides moving back and forth a little bit to adjust his positioning. Trying to find the timings here on the side of Ohio University. Shark still waiting, still lurking, waiting for his prey. Pulling out the phase ult.
Oh wow. Gets one, gets two.
Finish off sandwich. Slow King with Ian on Ian 2. It's 3v2. On a 50 round, no less. Can Ohio University finish it out? Corners are being cleared. 15 seconds of the round. Spike yet to go down. Jeji looking to B. Smoked out means this is probably a B take. Dog committed as well. Just trying to buy as much time. Trying to sort of shake up Ball State a little bit. Oh, Slow King. Going through the TP. He knows that a player's there, but no.
Oh.
He can't find him. And Cilantro backing him up. Oh, wait. Didn't hear the second TP.
Can we get this?
It's a kill. Jeji and our boy Cilantro. Can they finish it off? It's 2v1. Cilantro with an ultimate, but that's not going to be useful here. Snakebite used to clear out the back of sight. I don't know if using the Snakebite still does the thing where it damages people under 2, but it's not where Penn Park's holding. Haunt coming out. Cilantro finds the headshot! And the 11th round goes to the University.
That's the round we needed right there.
That's the round we needed. A rifle round to bring it right on back.
Mm-hmm.
Cilantro BMing a little bit back because I know that's what Ball State did back to them earlier in this match.
Yeah.
A thrifty win brings Ohio University from 10 to 11 after losing 6 straight and 5 rounds on attacker half. With the Bobcat growl, we are right back in it, folks. We can chain buy rounds on the side of Ohio University. The economy is still super strong from the side of Ball State. But a huge win when we needed it. Slow King doesn't have to buy a rifle because he's got that chamber ultimate available. One big round into another. Can Ohio University make it 11 or can Ball State make it 8? This round may decide the match. We'll have to see. Franco willing to burn his Viper's Pit onto a short here. Reina, utility spotted in Fuka. Slow King.
Oh,
Ian.
finds him.
Ian was just not ready for that sly little angle by Slow King there.
No, you're never ready for Slow King when he's...
You never be
he's
ready
got
for
his
that
ult up.
massive forehead.
Mm-mm.
I'm surprised this man doesn't get headshot more with how big of a forehead he's got. Flem, shoulder peeking a smoke here, trying to give his teammates some info here. A Cilantro walking back and forth inside that Viper's Pit, completely denying the short position from the side of Ball State.
Yeah.
Almost impossible to push. Slow King, the Sniper King. He's found 2. A headshot kill on the sandwich, unable to find the 3rd onto the former president of the United States. I can't do that again. Slow King. I think he's still got 1 or 2 bullets left. He's still got 2 left. Slowed out and forced out of his position. Doesn't want to take that aggressive play. JG has the teleport to potentially fall back into, flashing down B long. Pole does not find him, and the fire doesn't either. Jimmy Carter finding a Slow King, and Ken finding back to Jeji. The map is even back up with 2 players at Ohio University stuck on A site, not yet to rotate. The wall's gone. Oh, but Clem finds a huge one. Jimmy Carter goes for the falling peak, but just doesn't hit the ground before dying. Spike has been planted, but Clem is trapped in this position.
This is a pretty good angle for Clem, though.
He hasn't been peaked yet. Cilantro with the huge headshot down B long and all up to fade, but she just doesn't find it. A huge round win. 11-12 on the side of Ohio University. We are at match point once again, and Ball State only has 5 shots, and they have to hit all of them.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, what a game. Ball State keeps trying to string it back, but Ohio University says no. We will not let you win this match. We have tried too hard, we have fought too hard.
No.
And we want to win these games.
Yeah, what a series it has been.
The season of domination by Ohio University continues. You take your wins, you take your losses, and Ohio University is looking to take another win here. Skyflash looking for info, not finding anything through the teleport, I believe. Clem and Shark willing to push up at this B long, knowing nothing has been spotted. Shark, but to Ken, he was lurking.
Oh my God.
He didn't get spotted by the flash, and 2 members of Ohio University taking out an aggressive push. A false confidence essentially set up for Ohio University as Cilantro's left alone on this A site. The utility is being thrown out. Ball State went to IKEA and bought a new kitchen sink to throw at Cilantro. And he holds his ground and U-hauls his teammates. What a peek. Oh, but Ian's already in the corner. Cilantro did not expect Ian to already be in the corner there. A little unfortunate, but a good try. Cilantro hitting those shots. He has been absolutely on fire when we've seen him on camera this game. And Ohio University is forced to make a retreat. King wants to hit the operator for future rounds. He's going to watch the exit towards the CT spawn here, and Jeji will watch anything that might come through B. Both players playing super passive here as they just want to take their rifles into the next round, and as we go to 12-8 here for Ball State, I think that's what we'll be seeing. King, a demon with this operator, but unfortunately a shower push goes awry for a side of Ohio University. The information was not found like they needed to, and unfortunately that will cost the lives of 2 of their players and the A site. But we go here into round 21. Strong comment from both sides. Obviously, Clem might be missing a little bit of armor here, but that's no big deal, especially when you're playing into Vandal players. A couple of users on Ball State side that I know are Phantom players, so that will be a little bit of an issue if Clem gets headshot, but hey, if you get headshot, you're kind of just dead anyway, so, you know, it just kind of makes sense.
Does indeed.
Alright, so we see Slow King escorted out to his long position. The king of long. Shade will find him though, but his teammates there to protect him. These players know how to play with each other well, and they know how to play this game well. Clem, shoulder peeking here on A short. Not seeing anything, willing to just put a smoke down and move on. Slow King once again in that angle that he saw so much success with, but it looks like it's going to be an A push instead. Clem pulling out the Brimstone open. It can be huge. I think it's just going to be forced away, but Clem finds one. Clem finds two. It's 5v3 already. Astro Wall is still up, but it just doesn't find any space, and the High University just regains any sort of lost ground they might have. This Astro Wall essentially is useless, and it's going to go down, and Ball State's going to find nothing but 2 deaths on their side. Clem gets a little bit of healed up here, as Slow King and Cilantro holding that B side together. Slow King looking again at this operator, holding B long, supported by Cilantro. Fade Alt coming out on A side. Stuck in it is Clem. He gets pushed, but no kills to come out. Only space bought by the side of Ball State, but you don't need just space, you need kills. 2 smokes thrown up. Only so much utility on the side of Ball State, and a lot of utility to come back from the side of Ohio University. It's going to take a hero play from Ball State to stay in this match. Slow King, 1 non-sandwich, 2 left. Clem pushing up through U-Haul. Again, finding 1. But it's over! The reflex come out on side of Ohio University, and Ball State falls. A little bit of BM, but Shark wants to move on.
Ball State drops the ball on that one, you could say.
A little bit of a dropped ball there.
Man.
I'm going to be dressed up as Ohio University Valorant because it's a nightmare to face them.
Oh, wow. What an interesting game there.
Shouts and jubilation coming outside of Ohio University.
Amazing.
Poetic, if I do say.
Oh, yeah.
I think we have someone's coming up behind me.
Slow King here.
Looking here. Massive forehead, massive player. Slow King, got anything you
there
want
he
to
goes.
say? Oh, he's just going to go look in the camera again. Look at that massive forehead. Oh, what does that say?
I think it's supposed to be a W.
Supposed to be a W? All right, we'll take
Pretty.
it. Right.
Yeah.
I hope you have fun washing that off, but you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter.
A dub is a dub.
A W is a W.
Especially on that big forehead.
Sure was. Jackson, you got anything to say before we head out for the night? It's been a long one.
Yeah, it has. Have a safe weekend out there, Bobbies.
Yep. I'm May, and this is Jackson. Thank you for sticking with us for almost 3 hours. We'll see you next week for, I believe, another 2 matches, Tuesday and Thursday, as we start to close out the season. But 2-1 over Ball State is Ohio University. So we will see you next time.
Bye.